Going on? It's your dog Art Man Boxing. I'm back with another art session. Today you see who we drawing. You see who we drawing. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Back to what I'm doing. Yeah. Drawing the future undisputed lightweight champion in the four belt era. I can't believe they try to say that motherfucking I can't believe they try to say that Teofimo Lopez and all them was the WBC champion. And here we are today with ESPN turn around and say, you know what? This fight is for undisputed. Man, get the fuck out of here. Oh, I can't wait to see Mike Carpenter play word salad try to defend his bullshit. I cannot fucking wait. He gonna turn around and say, oh well, this is gonna clear things up. This is gonna clear things up, you know? The fuck out of here. But yeah, I'm ready for my dude. What's going on, brother Julius?
All right, how you doing, brother?
Shit, I'm doing good. I don't know. You see my poll when I asked who should I paint
Yeah,
undisputed
I,
or
I responded to it. I told you to just go on and paint both of them up there because the way I look at it now, man, is I want I want Devin to be in the biggest possible situation that this can go because I'm trying to get my mind out of the disaster. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're gonna rob him blind. And I've seen it before. That's the reason I'm saying this, Art. I've seen it
and
before.
and you know what? I'm glad that you brought that up because I gotta clarify that. A lot of people feel that because this fight's on Australia, Manny Pacquiao got robbed in Australia. That means Devin Haney's gonna get robbed in Australia. Let me tell you the difference in that. The difference in that is Manny Pacquiao. That was his last fight with Top Rank, right? Oh shit, Julius left. But look, I'm keep on cooking. That was his last fight with Top Rank, right? This is a brand new deal with Devin Haney. You know, Bob Arum always wanted to sign Devin Haney. I'm telling you right now, this is not one of those situations where Devin's getting sacrificed. Oh no, George is getting sacrificed.
Sorry about that, bro.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
I was trying to explain that the
Hmm.
difference between Devin Haney and what happened to Manny Pacquiao is Devin Haney signed a contract with Top Rank, brand new contract.
Hmm.
Manny Pacquiao was on his way out of the door. That
Right.
was his last fight with them folks.
True.
He signed him
That's
with a
that.
3-fight deal just now, which is to fight Cambosis, bring that belt back. I'm pretty sure Cambosis probably not going. Pretty sure he's not going to join the what you call it again.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. But anyways,
right.
yeah, like I was saying, the big difference is Devin Haney signed a contract with Bob Arum, doing meetings with Bob Arum. I'm pretty sure Bob Arum wants him to win this fight, to have a big fight in America. We can't keep on having fights in Australia. Hell no.
Yeah, that's you know, the thing about that is you have to go to Australia, a month in advance. I'm talking about the fighter himself, because it take a couple weeks to get acclimated to the climate and because everything is reversed. Their summer is going on right now, so when you get over there in June, July, they're gonna be in. You know what I'm saying? It's not the summer there, and you got to get accustomed to the food. And that's another thing. I would bring my own food. I mean, I would do all type of stuff, man, because art the art of cheating, you know what I'm saying, goes very deep. And the countries like Australia, Great Britain, throughout the history of boxing, France have been known for some of the worst boxing tragedies ever as far as cheating goes. So, Germany, and this ain't, spiking water, spiking food, these type of things that people say, oh, that don't go on in boxing, have been talked about for 50, 60, 70 years in boxing, that had went on in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. So, um, I'm hoping that our man Devin go over there, blow this guy out, and we don't have to worry about it. Bring the belts back, and then, man, we can start seeing some of these great matchups because,
And this is it,
yeah,
man. When I watched that press conference, man, it woke
mhm,
something up in me, man. It made me feel like that feeling again, like, oh my
yeah,
God, we got
called
an
him a boy, right?
opportunity. We got an opportunity. This is a Hall of Fame situation right
Because
now.
didn't they call Devin a boy?
Oh yeah, yep. But I loved it. I loved it because
Yeah,
Devin sat there and corrected them folks. I said, dude, if you let that shit slide, but nope, he sat there. He told the man straight up. He said, hold on, y'all need to stop calling me no damn kid, no boy. I'm a grown ass man in this
yeah,
motherfucker.
and yeah, and no doubt, and you got to get your respect early because and as far as the fight goes, I think that Devin needs to concentrate on the jab and don't necessarily look for the knockout. But if it present itself, take it
Take
because
it.
these are one of those situations that you need. But I'm gonna say something
But
about
I'm
the
I'm
fight
gonna keep it
itself.
100 though. I'm gonna keep it 100,
Mhm.
brother Julius. I
Yes.
honestly feel like Devin Haney is miles above this kid skill wise, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of Devin's easiest fights. I honestly feel like either Jojo Diaz or Lomachenko beats Cambosis.
I think that both of them would beat him probably. But the thing that I'm saying is two things. Number one, I don't like the fact that he got Ben Davison. Like I say, man, a
But they
part of his
saying Mickey
training
Bay
camp.
is his real trainer, not Ben Davison.
Yeah, well, I hope that Ben Davison just steps aside and don't even be involved, man. But you know, I think Devin gonna win. I really think he gonna win the fight. The only way that he does it is some sort of cheating scandal going on.
And that's what I tagged him in it too. I said, nigga, it's bad when the fans think your only keys to victory is robbery.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, because I mean, the one thing, and I'm gonna tell you, everything is strategic, man. Just like when Canelo fight guys on 2 week notice or 6 week notice, you know what I'm saying? Cambosis and his team holding this fight is strategic, and it's smart in a way because they know that Devin don't have 3 fights. Let me put this out there. For all intents and purposes, this is gonna be the only fight. You know what I'm saying? Cambosis and Haney, this is gonna really be the only fight. There's not gonna be 2 fights because number one, I don't see Devin hanging around to fight Cambosis in a rematch. If anything, he'll fight Lomachenko next or something along those
That's what
lines.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I think Devin Haney's gonna style on this man so bad he's not gonna want to do it again because you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it,
Hmm.
brother Julius. If he
Hmm.
let's say Devin goes in there and put on a performance like J Rock did against Hurt
Hmm.
or Floyd did against Scotty, you
Oh, if
think
he do a Floyd and Gotti, oh no, there not only there not gonna be a rematch, we might have seen the last of George.
and that's what I'm trying to say. And people calling him all pillow fisted, calling him a boy. Man, this you never know. This might be the time that Devin Haney want to sit there and say, you know what, I'm gonna sit on these punches and get this guy. I'm gonna show the best of
Well,
what everything I've been training for from all my life on
well,
this guy.
when Art Man, the one thing I try to tell fans is that, and myself, is a fan too, but I try to tell people that knockouts ain't done by strength.
Yeah,
You know,
you got to set that shit
this
up
ain't
unless your name
powerlifting.
Wilder.
Yeah, unless you yeah, right. This ain't powerlifting. Like you have to hit guys pinpoint, but the majority of knockouts are done by breaking a guy down. And that's the one part of Devin game I wish he would deal with Big Floyd, you know what I'm saying, who really started him, you know what I'm saying, as far as in the gym because Floyd senior was the master at teaching Floyd Jr. how to break guys down. The only guy that I see now that do that real well is Shakur. You know, you got to dig to people's bodies. Man, they said that Pernell Whitaker was feather fisted, right? Or pillow fisted. But one thing that happened, Art, guys didn't run in on him. And the reason they didn't run in on him is because they didn't want to catch no shots to your stomach. You miss Devin Haney and he hit you 3, 4 times in your belly. Man, you're gonna stop coming in. You're gonna stop fighting.
Look at Laniers. We need to go watch that fight again because a lot of people be like, "Oh my God, look, he got
Right,
hurt."
yeah.
And look,
Uh-huh.
Devin Knight pillow fisted like y'all say he was because Devin wasn't the only one clinching when getting touched up.
Right. And I agree. And the one thing that Linares did that was good in that particular fight, and something that if I was training a guy to fight Devin, is that the best thing in boxing is to punch with a guy and punch in combination. And that was the only thing. And look, it didn't bother me that he got his legs shaken up because I told you, man, I have seen every top fighter that has ever lived that I have watched got hurt or either knocked down in a fight. All of them. And if it ain't one, I want someone to name me somebody that hasn't.
Facts,
You
facts.
know,
But
all of them.
I got to read everybody's chat, so I don't think we
Yeah, go ahead.
ignoring them. But my dude
No,
said,
go
"How
ahead.
you been, Art?" Now I'm good. You see what I'm doing? Back to work as usual.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then my dude said, "You watching Savannah Marshall fight today?" Hell, the fuck no. Um, I ain't
Right.
watching that shit. I'm working. And then
Exactly.
my dude Street Willpower says, "Salute, yeah, shout out to you, man. Shout out to my dude Zach, my dude Alex Alberto, Stream Willpower." He said, "Honestly, I think Top Rank wants
What's up,
Devin Haney to
Extreme?
win more. They immediately and look, and this is what we're gonna speak on too. My dude Extreme Willpower said, honestly, I think Top Rank wants Haney to win more. They immediately promoted Haney more than Cambozo. They praised him as the phenomenon and a true champ. The cheating will come from Camboza's side only."
Absolutely.
Exactly. And that's what I was
And
trying
and
to tell you.
and
That's what I was
and
trying
the
to tell you, bro.
country and not necessarily Australia, the country, but the sports. Like, for example, in other countries they do the commissions are different. Like here we have 50 different commissions or 49 because DC commission a lot of times is done through Maryland and things of that nature. But for the most part, we got 50 different organizations and commissions. In the other countries, we got one. We got the British board or the Australian, sports league. So they run the commissions. So they would be the ones to cheat over the promoters. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, I think that Lou DiBella wants a fair fight, period. Because he trying to be in good graces. Well, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna tell you right.
Like,
I'm gonna tell you right now,
yeah.
Julius. Without saying too much, I'll tell you right now. Um,
Mhm.
they looking at that man as a sacrifice. The deal is done.
Absolutely.
The deal is done with Cambosis.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. Lou DiBella been around boxing long enough as an HBO executive
Why you
to
think he
know when.
praised? Why you think he praised Loma so much in that
Ex-
goddamn press
Yeah,
conference? Because he
absolutely.
knows the winner of this fight is going to fight
Right.
Lomachenko, which is going to be
Exactly.
Devin Haney.
Exactly. And look, and we want the most competitive fights, man. That's all we want, win,
I
lose,
don't
or
think this
draw.
fight's gonna be as competitive as
No,
Tiafimo
no,
versus
I'm not
George
talking about
Kambosos.
this one. Not talk. Look,
Nah,
not
people
talking about
picking
this fight.
Cambosis to
I'm talking
win
about
now.
moving forward.
Oh, but shout out to my brother D Hive.
D
What's
Hive, you in? What's up, man?
what's going on, y'all? Yeah, nah, I see a lot more people suddenly picking Cambosis to win. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from?
Well,
Where
you know
is
where that come from,
they?
man.
But
People
look,
think
they're not telling the
you're gonna get
keys.
a
What's the keys
robbery.
to What is the keys to victories that they telling you for him?
Okay, basically, the only keys to victory I'm hearing from Cambosis is he beat up Tiafimo, so that's what it is.
If it's a keys to victory, this is the only key to victory that I would give him. And I was just talking to Art saying it that Linares did is that he punched in combination with Devin. So when Devin's not jabbing, whenever Devin starts to punch, you need to punch with him. And the reason I say that is when you fight a boxer that can get away from your shots, the only way to really hit him is when he's throwing, because it's hard to punch and move at the exact same time. You know what? I only seen two boxers in my lifetime able to punch and move at the exact same time away from a shot. That was Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones.
One
So
thing, one thing I will say is that one underrated skill Devin Haney has is the ability to punch in between his opponent's punches, and
true.
the one of the punches that he throws to disable people's combinations and force them to reset is his rear uppercut. Now it's not as strong as Terrence Crawford's. It doesn't have as much power behind it, but one thing it does is it gets people off balance. And I think if he times it right, when George Kambosos is coming in on the front foot trying to get some shots off, he can probably get a knockdown out of that. Because I noticed that he did it on Linares multiple times, and he did it on Jojo Diaz, despite Jojo Diaz being a shorter opponent and a southpaw.
I'm gonna give you a fight to go back and pull up, right? That's a shot that Floyd Sr. taught him, that Floyd Jr. mastered. And I give you two fights, one of them exact, where the same uppercut you're talking about, Floyd Mayweather landed 3 or 4 of them on the same opponent. And his name was Jesus Chavez. Jesus Chavez. Pull up that Mayweather Jesus Chavez when Mayweather hit him with 4 of those uppercuts that you're talking about. It's in between the shots and you shoot the short uppercut. And yeah, that will make you reset because he snapped your head back once or twice. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to get knocked out.
Right, and that's why whenever people talk about Devin Haney's power, and I'm like, when it comes to boxing, it's not like Michael McKinson or like Lee Selby where he has absolutely no power. He has enough power to hurt you and force you to reset to where you to where
Plant.
Yeah, right. He has enough power to force you to reset to where you're not just gonna rush in on him. Like, because if you notice, even people like Linares, even people like Jojo Diaz, what did they do? They came at Haney slow with their hands up, and when
Hands up.
yeah, and when they wanted to get inside, they had to, like, especially Jojo Diaz, he had to hold him with one hand and hit him with the other. So it's clear that Devin Haney has enough power to disincentivize you from bomb rushing you.
I think
And
Devin
you
got
know
a good
why?
poker face too.
Right. And you know
I was
why?
rewatching. I was rewatching JoJo versus Devin, and I ain't gonna lie, JoJo hit Devin with like a straight fucking right hand to the gut, and Devin just fucking boxed his way out of it. But I'm like, man, I know that shit hurt. I don't care
Well,
who you are.
I'm gonna tell y'all something
Yeah,
about
sternum shots
JoJo
hurt.
Diaz that a lot of people don't give JoJo Diaz a lot of credit for. JoJo Diaz was an Olympian and he's a skilled fighter.
He was on the
Even
same
if
he was on the
smaller
same
fighter.
class with Plant and Spence.
Exactly. And hey, say Spence because we ain't talking about Caleb Plant.
Oh
Sorry,
damn,
but
my bad.
you know what I'm saying, man. He ain't getting no love today, man.
Damn.
This guy ain't getting no love. This guy, the same guy, gonna tell a living legend that he don't need no advice, but then go out there and practically ask Canelo for his autograph while they were fighting. Come on, man.
You talking about James Toney, right?
Yeah,
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Dumbass.
Yeah,
Dumbass.
you gotta tell a living legend. That's just like my man that did the art on PBS. Art man, you rest in peace, guy. And art man go and tell this guy, the guy trying to tell him about art, and art man say, man, I don't need no advice.
man,
You
shut
know
up.
what I'm saying? Come on.
Be like, nigga, I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, man.
That's how it was. This is how it is
Hey,
now, nigga.
and these are the same people, D-Hive, that go on, and I'm putting Caleb Plant in there too. These are the same people, bro, that was trying to tell somebody the other day, and Art Man tagged me on it, was saying that Canelo would beat up Roy Jones. You know what I'm saying? These
Wait,
people
that
are
was
crazy.
actually a conversation
Yeah,
people were having?
yeah, because they
Yeah.
said Roy Jones got beat up by a cab driver, Tarver.
Oh my
I
god. They
said,
call
what?
him Antonio
Oh,
Tarver is now a cab driver?
Exactly. That's what I said.
Olympian and 3-time light heavyweight champion, a cab driver.
Bruh.
Okay,
Get these
got
dudes out of here,
that's
bro.
why I
Like,
say, man, And,
That's why I just laugh it off. I don't
and
take it
here's the other
seriously. Get
thing
upset.
too, D-Hop, Art. Like, let's be honest, man. Boxing is one of those true sports where I truly don't think that we actually get the best fight and the best all the time. I'm talking about even in a unification. That's why I'm so looking forward to Spence beating Ugas, so Spence and Crawford can be that. To me, that's what unifications are
That's why I
meant
like this
for. A fight
Fandora
like
versus
that.
Lubin. I think it's a good 50-50 scrap.
The fact that
Yeah,
it's
man.
50-50 though
I'm
is
concerned
fucking
about Lubin
pathetic.
10,
And that's
man.
and what makes it good. The fact that you're
Ah,
concerned about Lubin.
Yeah.
because Lubin, like, honestly, with Lubin's skill set, he's supposed to dust garbage. Like, bro, y'all see how PBC put the highlight of him dusting fucking Coda with one shot, and Coda was giving Fandora all types of
Was
work.
exactly. This is supposed to be an easy fight for him.
Yeah, the fact that I have this much anxiety over it is crazy.
You have
It's
anxiety because you
here's
seen
the
him get
thing
tapped.
though. I think that that's something neurological. That's
That's what
not
I said too.
anything mental. That's neurological. When
No,
you get hit like that and your body kind of, like
Quivers.
disassociate, it's like Charlo didn't hit him with no devastating combination or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And his body just the way it was going, like that's something neurological, man.
I thought motherfucking Gasha was gonna stop him at a point.
no,
Absolutely.
I
But
know,
we know Joshua can punch a little bit because he knocked Tim Zoo down
I
with
told
no
people
problem.
too. I
I know
told
he's
people
not
too.
Yeah.
mentally. I know he's not mentally weak or anything. I understand it's neurological. It's just
Nevertheless.
it's still upsetting to have to deal with, because like I said, I don't want to be in a universe where I literally have to fucking certify Fundora or somebody. I really don't. I,
But
I,
But Fedora is taking advantage of his physical advantages in the ring because you got to
taking
think,
advantage
man.
of starvation.
You fight. No, I don't think he's starving because his sister is shaped the exact same. She like 5'10" and she fight at like 118 pounds. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, she fight at like 118 pounds. I think that that's their body types. Even their
Oh,
father
shout
got
out
a
to my
funny
dude
shape.
Drew Titan. That's the real Drew Titan.
Hey Drew,
Drew Titan, what's good, man?
the Drew.
Just said dope
But
art. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
man.
gonna be
So
on sale pretty soon.
yeah,
Said Bob. Yeah, Bob Ross. He said if Bob Ross was trying to give me some game, and I was just like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that shit.
yeah,
You talking
Bob
Bob Ross?
Ross. That's my man, Bob. Right. Yeah, you blow Bob off. You
Yeah.
know, these
Rest in
guys
peace,
crazy.
Bob.
Yeah, rest in peace, Bob.
Oh shit, y'all see Gary Russell Jr. actually getting surgery?
Yeah,
That's
I
what I'm
seen
talking
Yeah.
that.
about.
He needs to go ahead and be what's his name mandatory. The winner of that Vargas versus I really want Gary to get back on Marcego.
And and,
I'm excited not
and
winning
look,
this.
bro.
That was a bullshit ass loss. I'm gonna
But
keep it 100.
but hold up, bro. We gotta call out. I gotta call out Tank Davis though for a minute. As
Oh
much
shit.
as I like Tank, and I'm rooting for Tank to stop Rolly. But I gotta say something. It's a tragedy, man, that Gary Russell getting that surgery. And we probably won't ever see the fight between him and Tank because that was a fight, bro. It should have happened, man. Like, there's no excuse to it. I mean, there's no excuse. I
Shit,
can't.
never say never.
Well, now it's too late now, man.
What
It's
you say
not the
that for?
same now.
Why you say
It's
it's too
not the
late?
same now, Art, man.
I
It's
mean, it's
not the
not,
same
it's not,
now.
it's not the same, but
Right?
it's
It's not
still,
like he
it's still
got
a good
washed
fight.
by
It's not,
Masego. Let's be 100. It's
bro.
not like he got washed by. We all know the reason why he lost that fight.
Nah, it's just no. I'm not saying that Gary would. It. You got to think he's having a surgery now. He been fighting with the injury for a long time. Now he getting surgery. Now he gonna have to sit for a year, and then he gonna have to move up 2 weight classes after sitting for a year. Like, we really want to see that? Is it we see? This is what I'm talking about, bro. We get fights, but we don't get them at the right
Right
time.
time. Yeah, okay. I get what you said when it comes to
Well,
that.
Yeah.
But
also,
regardless,
like,
if Tank fight him whenever, nigga, that's probably one of the best fights on his resume.
it's just irritating
Yeah.
because then when you try to make fights, fucking fans of fighters always make all these excuses talking about, oh, it's too early, it's too young, there's not gonna get
No,
enough
it
credit.
ain't
I'm
no
like,
such
bro,
thing
fuck
as
the credit.
it ain't no too early. No, to me, they need to throw that out. They be
Right? Because
talking about a
what Devin
fighter
Haney told
too
the
early.
reporter?
The
What
guy
did
26 years
what
old.
what Devin Haney told the reporter? He said, "I'm a man. This is a man's sport.
Right,
If you
exactly.
can fight, you are a man. So no matter what age that
You're a
man is,
man.
you are a man,
You're a man.
and
It's just
you
like
go in the ring to fight other men."
when people talk about Boots and Crawford. It's funny how whenever it comes to Boots fighting Terrence Crawford, suddenly it becomes, oh, he ain't ready for all that. Bud not
Ready.
gonna get no credit for beating him. However, when it
Yes,
comes to
you
Boots
will.
and Spence, it's like, oh shit, Spence might have to fight Boots. It's like, so what you worried about?
Right.
What you
Yeah,
worried about?
exactly.
Terrence
And
Crawford.
Bud's older. Yeah, Bud's older than Earl. So what are they talking about?
That's what
Come
I'm saying.
on,
I'm like,
man.
so Terrence Crawford is
Yeah.
supposed to be the ultimate badass, and he'll smoke Boots. Okay, so cool. Let him get a little stay busy fight before the
I
Spence
think he
fight.
beats Boots too.
Mm.
Oh, right. So I'm like, what the fuck y'all keep putting that energy out there
I
for?
honestly do. Like, not even
Well,
on the funny shit. I really feel like Crawford can beat Boots because I rate Crawford as the best fighter of the world in the world. I rate Errol Spence as the best welterweight in the world. Now,
That,
when you put them
hey,
together, let's see what happens. That's why I want to see it.
and
that's cool,
and
but I just get
also let me
upset. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
now I'm gonna just drop a little. It's an old school knowledge, but it's just to show you about what you saying. D Hive is 100% facts. Fernando Vargas, before he fought Felix Trinidad, fought Ike Corte, a Hall of Famer with about 10 welterweight defenses. He fought him the fight before, fought him and Winky Wright right before he fought Trinidad. Come on, man. These guys talking about, listen,
You gotta let
Boots
it
deserves,
marinate.
he deserves a title fight. I don't care who it is he fight. He is ready. He's 24.
And he's
He's
20,
24.
and he's
Guys
28
go
and
to the
0.
all right. Like guys go to the all-star game at 20, at 19. Guys win world titles in boxing at 19, 20 years old. How are you too young or too, and you 20? Like, that's just like when people talk that dumb talk about Canelo was too green for Mayweather, and Mayweather was
See, look at
36.
the chat.
Like,
Look at the
come on,
chat.
man.
But this,
Look at the chat. Look at the chat. They already
I
upset. They're like,
can't.
wait,
What they say?
no. Well, okay, well, hold on. Tay, let me correct you on something. All of the pressures on Errol Spence. All of the pressures on Errol Spence. No one puts pressure on Errol. Errol Spence has to do all of the work. You guys are always screaming and hooping and hollering about who Errol Spence is fighting, but absolutely nobody cares who Bud is fighting. All the other fighters in the welterweight division have to come to Bud on their fucking knees like he's some damn body. Y'all got the game fucked up. Bud is the one that needs fights. Everybody else can just fight each other. So let's get that shit straight. Next, Boots never beat anyone on Crawford's level. Okay, good. This will be his first time. There
But
is nobody on
who has,
Crawford's
hold
level.
on a second, who has Bud beat that's on Boots level?
And who the fuck did Green Beans beat on Crawford's level? Absolutely
Right,
fucking nobody. He hadn't
exactly.
even fought anybody.
Or or Thomas Delorme.
Yeah, and then Tay says Boots makes so many mistakes. Again, this is all the more reason Bud should
What
just.
fighter doesn't make mistakes?
But the thing
Name
is,
me a perfect fighter. Look, D-High, sorry about that. That burns me up because that's what I just said to Art Man right before you came on. I have, no matter how long I watch boxing, I don't care who you are. I don't care how great you is. Name me a fighter that hasn't got hurt in the ring or knocked down. I'll hang up.
my thing is, all these are more reasons why Boots should be fighting Bud. Then Bud should just clear Boots out the way, have a nice little stay busy fight. Every time we talk about it, motherfuckers get so upset. Errol Spence is already fighting everyone he's supposed to fight and collecting all the belts. Don't get me wrong, I want the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight for sure. But whenever we mention Boots fighting Terrence Crawford, people instantly get upset and talk about how Boots is dog shit. But whenever we talk about Boots versus Spence, all of a sudden, oh, that's a good fight. Spence is scared. He's not going to fight him. So it's like, what is this fuck? Like, come on. Like, y'all putting that nervous energy out there for a reason.
and you see me, I don't. My thing is when it comes to Boots fighting Bud or Earl, I get to acting like Canelo Alvarez. I don't want to see no Americans fighting Americans. That's what I get.
And, and,
Shit.
and
Hey,
that's reasonable because there's a very
that's
good chance.
reasonable, but I
But
want to.
oh, what?
The reason I want to see it is because There's a such thing in boxing that used to happen called passing the torch.
Yep.
Every every other nationality does it. Even black fighters used to do it, but now no one wants to do it. I mean, look, before Eric Morales became the champion of 122, the torch was passed at by Daniel Zaragoza. He had to go out there. Daniel Zaragoza was 38 years old, great champion. Guess what? He knocked Eric Morales' butt down twice in that fight, but Eric Morales knocked him out at 22. You see what I'm saying? Like boxing is boxing, bro. That, come on, man. We've had
Terrence
guys
Crawford.
win.
Terrence Crawford bet not fight no motherfucking Danny Garcia.
He fighting Danny Garcia next. You know that, right?
He bet
Yeah,
not
see,
fight no fucking
now-
Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
Oh
See,
my
now I
god!
don't
You
want
ain't
to
see that news, D-Hive?
I heard
Yeah.
Danny Garcia running his fucking mouth, but what about one time?
That's what I
Yeah, I
want
would
one
rather
time.
see. I would rather see Keith Thurman in that fight.
Yeah,
I would
bro.
rather see
Yeah,
Keith Thurman
bro.
get that. No, I would rather Boots Ennis get that fight. I would rather Boots
Okay.
Ennis get that fight.
Nah, Boots Ennis should fight Danny Garcia while Keith Thurman in there fighting, and then the winner of that fight, Errol Spence.
Okay.
That's better.
Well,
Danny Garcia's
well,
fucking washed.
Danny already said that Boots got his journey and I
And
got
I
my
got
journey.
mine.
Exactly,
Hey,
because
when
they're
I
gonna
heard
Right.
get
that
beat
shit, I
the
said,
fuck
oh,
up.
shit.
AKA, I ain't let that young boy beat on me.
Right. Exactly. Dude, Tay, what are you talking about? Excuse after excuse. Bud cried. We've already been through this, bro. Bob Arum fucked up Bud's career. My thing is, Bud fans are always chilling while Crawford does absolutely fucking nothing at welterweight. Who the fuck was Green Beans? Brooke, washed ass Amir Khan? Bud has moved no weight at welterweight. I will say it again. Terrence Crawford has moved 0 weight at welterweight. His best win currently is Sean fucking Porter, who was already 1 foot out the door. Get that through your heads. Errol Spence, despite everything he's been through, is still moving top shelf work. Y'all need to just understand this, bro. Every time we bring up Boots, niggas get
And
defensive.
you know what's so crazy?
There's a reason for
they
that.
get upset with Bud. I mean, with Errol, like he's ducking, but every time they ask Errol interview a question about Bud, he like shit. I want to fight him. Let me get past Ugas and we can fight.
That's what he
Well,
said.
see, everybody's saying that except Bud and Earl.
Yeah,
And
Bud
I've
talking
been
about
saying
Charlo,
from the beginning-
Danny Garcia, all these other fucking people. He ain't talking about Spence.
No, but what I'm saying is, from the beginning, I think that them guys wanted to fight each other for the undisputed fight championship, and I think that Bud, middle way through beating Jose Benavides Jr. and all them guys he was beating, he figured out in his brain that, man, I'm gonna have to leave Bob Arum to get this. Like, that lawsuit didn't just happen in a matter of a second.
Look at this.
Like,
They got Devin
it
Haney,
happened over
Keyshawn
time.
Davis,
Who knew
all
it?
these black fighters now at Top Rank. I said, wow. I said Top
Yeah,
Rank got a little stable right now.
Hey, look, man, Top Rank had always held down black talent. They've always had a lot of good black talent that they hold down. But now, because of that lawsuit and because Bob Arum is 90-some years old, it's going to change, because it's going to come a time in the near future. And some people going to say, well, Julius, you just hating, or you doing this or that. Nah, Todd the Buff is about to be the president.
That's what I said.
Full-time president of Top Rank, and he doesn't openly share those same viewpoint on black people. Now, I didn't say he don't share it. I said openly. He doesn't share it. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
So that's what's going to happen,
And
bro.
he who greets with fire has a good point. Devin was forced to sign with them because these assholes didn't think he would do it.
But now that he did it, they're like, fuck it. I said,
And it's
watch how fast these ESPN articles change about Devin Haney. Man.
Yeah, suddenly Devin Haney suddenly Devin Haney is the ultimate USA representative. Before he was pillow fisted, unaccomplished. Now
they about to turn him to the phenom. They bro, Top Rank, they snatched one of them flags off that damn, they're hanging up on the wall. They said, throw that on them. Take these pictures.
Hey, look, man, I hear it, but I'm still I'm still gonna say devil advocate and say them guys are too comfortable with white folks. But that's just me talking. But yeah,
Shit. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, but
I
at the
mean he
end of
go from white
at
guy
the
to
end of the
white guy,
day,
man.
you know what I'm
PBC
saying?
You
doesn't
know.
have any lightweight belts. They don't have any.
But hey,
All they
he
have is
going for it.
all they have is
Hey,
Tank, and Tank is unwilling to fight anybody. So
well, but here's the thing though, on D Hive, and this is something that your man had tried to say about Bud, but Bud didn't share the same viewpoint. And I'm talking about Big Mac. And that is, man, that a lot of times going with those guys right there, I don't see how signing with those guys help you in the future. Now, I'm gonna say this. I be hearing guys like Barbershop say that Al took this and took that. Well, I'm gonna say this story about Paul Williams. When Paul Williams fell on his head off that motorcycle and threw off the bank and fell on his head and broke his neck and his vertebrae and was paralyzed. Why was that man already set up in real estate? And then Al Heyman went and dropped some more money and took care of him and made sure that everything was okay. To this day, that man hasn't fought in over 10 years because of that accident, and he's still cashing checks. You know what I'm saying? From real estate and from he got a portfolio. How about J Rock? J Rock is a guy that is, J Rock ain't no guy that anyone can say defended the title 10 times or made Deontay Wilder money or made this guy and that guy. To my knowledge, I don't even think J Rock made $1 million, but maybe once or twice in his career. How is this guy cashing all those checks? Look at Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia might be one of the wealthiest boxers in all of boxing. You know what I'm saying? With barbershops and all type of department stores and everything, man. So people say what they want to,
He's fucking
bro.
around have his
But
own
man,
reality
I'm
TV
saying
show pretty soon.
exactly. And he got his sisters on that's gonna be singing and all that stuff. Man, look at Deontay Wilder in Alabama and Georgia and South Carolina. I'm not even talking about boxing. Man, you tell me any other promoter that would do you like that. And Devin Haney could get the same exact thing because that's how this guy Al Heyman sets guys up for
but
life.
PBC
And
currently has no lightweight belts.
it look, man, to me, that doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter.
In this
Tank Davis
situation, it
is
does.
going
Yeah,
Austin,
he said he
and
wants
Tank
belts,
Davis
so
ain't
he's
got no
going
lightweight
where
belt, right?
he's going where he needs to go to get him. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not saying
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Trust me.
yeah,
Trust me.
that's the belt. But I'm
I,
talking about
Julius,
what Al Heyman can do for
I
your career.
understand,
Yeah.
I understand that. Of course, it's best that you work with your people, most definitely. But sometimes in these situations, man, you gotta spread your legs, man, to get the
Well,
also
opportunities that you want.
also
yeah.
earlier
Now
when we were
he's
talking
getting the
about
title for
Devin
legacy,
Haney
right?
getting fights on PBC, we all even came to the understanding that he would have to come up off some of the money that he's currently making. Like
Oh well,
when
he's doing it, but you know what though, D? We talking about the type of money that Haney was making, right? He really is only making 200,000 less than what his agreement, his actual purse that he was getting with DAZN. The only difference is that Cambosis is getting 3.5 times his amount. That is the issue. It ain't even that he taking a couple $100,000 less. It's the fact that he's allowing this guy to take, you know what I'm saying, a ransom. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the issue that people got. And also, I understand the legacy part of it because he'll be the first four belt lightweight undisputed
Yeah, he
champion.
already got money. I don't want to see
But
Devin Haney
yeah,
versus Michael Rivera. You know what I'm saying? I don't
but
want to see
I
that
mean,
shit.
but
why not? That's a good
but
ass
here's
fight.
the thing too.
He said,
What
"Oh,
happens
that's a
if
good fight." I know what you're saying, but I'd rather see George Kambosos versus
but
Devin Haney for all
what
the
happens
belts.
if
Oh right,
Cambosis
right,
fall
right.
out of this fight, man? You talking about a guy that has fell out of fights before, him and T.O. Like it could happen again.
Nigga, the type of money he got on the line, that motherfucker better show up.
Hey, look, we thought he would have signed the contract by now. Look at how long it took him to drag his feet.
Bro, the day of, and that's what was so funny. The day of the press conference is when he signed his portion of the contract. That's nuts. And he talking about you were forced to. That's why they laughed at him because he was like, bro. He told Devin Haney you were forced to sign a contract to fight me.
Because Cambosis knew in his bones that Devin Haney would never sign such a bullshit contract. And when the DocuSign came up and this shit came back signed, he was like, wait, nigga, what?
So hold on.
He actually went for that shit?
Hey,
Oh,
and
hell no, bro.
And look, also too, guys, don't be shocked if the guy say, "Well, look, I done seen this game happen before. Guys get into fights with 2 and 3 belts, and then as the fight get closer, they start talking about, I don't want to pay the sanctioning fees. Trust me, just
He
Google it.
almost
You'll
did
see
that.
guys
Remember?
in these situations, man. They'll do all type of crazy stuff to stop the undisputed because he gonna want somewhere to land after he get beat.
Yeah, and that's on that $10 million.
Right. Yeah, but I'm just saying though, man. Just I'm looking at it at all things that could happen because I don't trust Cambosis in this situation because
Not
the
at all.
guy,
And Cambosis might not even
acting
show
like
up for the
a
first
guy.
fight. He might delay the
He
shit
might.
crying about COVID or some fucking lie.
Exactly. We gotta put the fight off to September and August. They're
Yeah.
gonna do whatever they can, man, so that Devin Haney will have struggle to make weight. And
What y'all
what
think
was the
about this
guy?
artwork so far?
That's solid.
What's up with? Oh yeah, that's good, man.
I
That's
like
good
that
work.
photo too with the American flag. That's that's
Yeah,
important.
great
Hell
shoulders.
yeah,
Yeah,
this shit. I'm wearing this. I'm gotta make sure this shit's done because I'm taking a trip to Cali at the end of the month. I need to wear this shit out there.
We
Hell
work
yeah.
our asses off to carry this fucking country, and all we got to hear is fucking Americans in the mentions talking about Cambosa's the A side. Like, let me say this:
oh my
Cambosa's was
God.
acting how y'all told him to act. Y'all spent weeks as soon as after he beat Tio, blowing smoke up his ass, telling
You
everyone.
American, bro?
Cambosis is the A side. Cambosis sets the rules. And
None-
Devin Haney have to do what Cambosis say. Cambosis. And then when he repeats the shit, y'all getting mad. He's repeating after y'all, just like Canelo always
No,
does.
like, why are you taking so long to sign the
95% of
contract?
people.
You heard they saying why he taking so long to sign the contract?
Yeah, y'all gave him permission
Yeah,
not to even fight Devin Haney, so he's like, shit,
yeah,
the fans didn't want me to fight Devin Haney, so why the fuck am I getting ready to fight Devin Haney for real?
exactly. And then 95% of people have never seen George Cambosis fight before
Right.
because
Me
I
neither.
don't believe. I'm being honest,
And I
man.
picked him. I
A
picked him to
lot
win against
you did.
Tio.
You picked it from the very beginning because after you start seeing To and the spirit and the I
Yeah, this
forgot what
nigga
you
He was
said.
talking about
Tio
dropping
started
the
acting like a
IBF
desperate
belt.
housewife.
Right. But man, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I don't believe that a lot of these people that say they saw that Cambosis and Lopez fight happen. I don't believe a lot of people in this country saw that fight. Like the zone don't be releasing numbers for a reason, man. Like they be having poor numbers, man. Like people ain't really watching these fights like that. Some people are still in it, but let's be honest, man. No one was knocking the door down to watch Cambosis fight Lopez, but most people thought it was just gonna be an easy knockout.
Yeah,
People weren't watching it.
not at all. And it's just
Now,
like the
how all
zone.
these people say that Cambosis is an A side, and A, they haven't seen the guy fight before, and B, he fought in Australia. He never fought in an arena with over 2 or 3,000 people.
It's just like Sandor Martin beat up Mikey Garcia his last fight. He fought yesterday.
Right.
Ain't nobody watched
No
that.
one even knew he fought.
Nobody watched that. Just like Jose Cepeda. People are like, oh, Jose Cepeda might have a chance to take out Josh Taylor. That nigga fought a few weeks ago.
Wait, did they say this
Nobody
fight's
knew.
on pay-per-view?
Huh?
Is this fight pay-per-view?
No. The Haney Cambosis? No.
They sleep.
ESPN, regular ESPN.
But it's gonna get a lot of that's just gonna man. And that's what makes me kind of like it. I'm gonna keep it 100 because now he's gonna be on television.
national TV, right?
The thing that sucks though is that if it does well, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, Cambodia's in Australia. We told you." If it does horrible, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's because Devin Haney's not a draw." Man,
Hey,
I already know.
but here's the thing: they don't release Australian ESPN numbers. This is gonna be the American side of the. All numbers that be released is American, and I want the person because you
No, they're
always got
catering
something
to
up there.
America. They're catering to America because they said that they're showing the fight Sunday afternoon, which is like 7 o'clock. Over here.
Oh, okay, so
It's like
they're gonna
Saturday,
the
right?
fight gonna
Yeah,
be
they said they're watching it
7
like
p.m. here,
they
right?
said something weird because the time zones is weird. So they said something like it's gonna be like a whole day ahead type
Yeah,
shit. Like
in
it's gonna be
Right,
Australia.
Sunday,
in
but it's still
Australia.
Saturday here.
Yeah, in Australia,
Well,
they're a
yeah,
whole
it's
day
gonna
ahead
be
of
here
us.
Saturday night, but it's gonna be like early Sunday morning. Look, man, if people think I remember Lennox Lewis and Hasim Rothman fought in South Africa. It was 4:30 in the morning in South Africa where the fight took place at. You know what time it was here? 9, 10 o'clock. It's gonna be prime time American TV. Bro, all these people talking like they are fellow Australians or something. Like, come on, man.
It gets on my nerves when American boxing fans try to push other American boxing fans to care about foreign nations in boxing. I'm like, look, these motherfuckers would never want to come over here if that was the case. Tim Tszyu is arguably the best Australian boxer on the planet right now, even though he's not even Australian. And where was his biggest fight so far? In the
In Art
United
Man's
States.
backyard.
Thank you. At the Armory
Right.
in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's where he said he
Hey,
needed to go to get his career cracking. So enough with the bullshit. Ain't nobody watching these fucking random ass sperm weight fights in the Philippines at 2 in the morning. Like, shut the fuck up with that weak shit.
right.
I get so
And
tired of
shout
people talking
out,
about, oh, you're not a real boxing fan if you don't watch Knockout CP Freshmart fight at 112. Like, man, shut the fuck up and sit down somewhere.
that's crazy. Hey, shout out to Minnesota because again, I told y'all last week or whenever that's one of the top 10 greatest sports. Special Minneapolis, St. Paul, one of the top 10 cities in all of sports. You know what I'm saying? As far as events, they got the Final Four going on there, the women's Final Four. Like I say, man, they got all type of.
Yep, they do. I got some cousins in sports too. Out here in Minnesota. Cambosis knew he was white privilege. He kept on calling Dev boy. Nigga, I slapped the fuck out of Cambosis. I said, nigga, keep on saying this boy shit. You gonna have more problems with just Devin Haney, nigga. You gonna get
And
on
then
your ass.
And then out of nowhere, all of boxing Twitter tries to rewrite history. Australia is not a racist country at all. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all
What?
talking
You
about?
like, hold it, dude. I start dropping my receipts. And that's, how I do. I start dropping receipts. I start coming at these dudes. I'm like, somebody trying to say Bernard Hopkins is saying, I'll never let a white boy beat me. Is equivalent to Campbell's calling Devin Haney boy. I said, nigga, it's not. How the hell you gonna tell me fucking descendant of motherfuckers who committed a whole genocide calling a black man today boy is the same to fucking a guy who's fighting against that calling somebody a boy?
But my thing is, Alan Minter of the UK did the same exact thing to Marvin Hagler. And where were y'all? Oh, y'all weren't born yet, and y'all don't do your fucking
Oh,
research.
wait. I remember something like that happened. Somebody called him a nigga from in England, right?
Well, no, Alan Minter said, I'll never let a colored beat me.
Oh yeah.
And Marvin Hagler went over there and wasted his ass in 3 rounds. So,
Yeah.
and then you ask them, where were they at? Then they go, oh, I wasn't even born. Okay, so shut the fuck up. You don't know enough.
It's just part. And then they'll say race is not in boxing. I'm like, bro, how do you not know this? There's
Yeah.
been several situations where race was directly involved with boxing.
Australia pushed its Aboriginal population to almost 100% extinction. What are y'all talking about? And then they want to talk about his wife, talking about, oh, she's Algerian. Algeria is a French colony. Anyone who's white and in Africa is either from France or the Netherlands, most likely. So I can't stand there like, oh, well, she's part African. I'm like, no, she's European, born in Africa. It's a different set of circumstances.
And you see D Hive That's why we here, because we got to keep on educating these motherfuckers. But it's not even about educating. It's fuck them. Y'all better know the part of the game. Know where the fuck we coming from. Know our stance. Show us some motherfucking respect. Straight up. Or we gonna take the respect. And that's why I like Devin Haney going over there. Because I'm not even tripping over the Australia thing no more. Whoop his ass twice in front of all those racist ass people, Devin. I want them to call you all types of N words when you walk out. Just so you can kick his ass in front of all of them.
And
Exactly.
Art and D Hive, this is the reason, man, that I talk the way I talk about not just in the boxing world, but in the talking, the sports talk, and just all walks of life, bro. We got to get to where we can all stick together, man, and just relate and can, agree to disagree and just get along and do our thing. Because again, I say so many times, man, when we get up here and we talk about this boxing thing, well, everywhere we look in the media, these people care nothing about us. They want us, but they don't want us involved. They want our culture, but they just don't want it. You get what I'm saying? Like it's everything, man. Every
Everybody want to
walk
be
of
a
life.
nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga.
Exactly. And yet we always feel like we should include the white folks in everything. And this is the one thing. And look, I know that, I done been called a old Southern black guy and this and that, a old school racist guy, whatever, whatever, whatever. But I'm gonna always, bro, just promote my people. And I'm not gonna be out here just promoting your, you know what I'm saying? Your stances, man. Just period. That's just the way I feel, bro. And if you look on my line, I don't mess with any of them. You know what I'm saying? You don't be seeing any white folks on my feeds, you know what I'm saying, with anything to say, because that's what we got to do, man. They don't allow us in, but yet we want to allow them. I don't get it. I don't get it, man.
Let's touch on, if y'all don't mind. Extreme Willpower brought up something important about the Jamel Herring Bomac split.
Yeah.
I seen that.
Stupid.
I seen that. But he said
Overdoing
I was seeing something where he said something to the effect that he left them because he didn't like that he was getting other people involved into their business or whatever, and he
Wait,
was
which
leaving.
But
I don't know.
Bomac was only the trainer.
wait,
Bomac act like he was the man manager or father. If Jamel Herring wanted to go over there to Dubai, didn't Bud Crawford go to Dubai too
but,
and meet
but,
with DK?
but wait, hold on, Art man. You saying Herring left? Herring caused the split? Because
No. They
No,
said Bomac left because he didn't. He basically booted him because he didn't like how he was doing business with a certain character.
I don't
with
understand
DK.
why are y'all like what's
They
I
met
mean
with
they
DK.
fight in two different weight class. So Jamel Herring doing business
No,
wouldn't
it's
even affect.
about DK. It's about him meeting up with DK and signing contracts with DK. That's what he said he didn't like.
Oh,
And my
he
thing
didn't
was,
consult
did
Bomac. Is that
Bud
why
Crawford, huh?
he didn't? Bomac is mad that Herring didn't consult him.
Basically,
Right. I guess
What kind
so.
of
Yeah.
bitch shit is
And
that?
then he said he did it twice. He said then he did something else too, where I had to find out through the media. And the only thing that Jamel Herring has done through the media was that he signed with DK, but I think it had something to do with the purses. Like that's what I think, that maybe Jamel told him he was making one thing and he actually was making something else. Because you got to understand, again, I'm going to repeat for the third time. Bud Crawford flew to Dubai and met with DK too.
Yeah, that's
So
that's
he
that's his
never
current
said nothing
management.
to, yeah, I'm just saying. So he never said, well, Bud, I ain't gonna deal with you because you met with. See, this is the crap. It's all about Shakur embarrassing Jamel and beating him up. That's all it got something to do with. And here's another thing. Bud Crawford is great in spite of Bo Mac or Big Mac. That guy can't train.
Damn,
Period. He don't
damn.
know boxing. He don't
Oh
know boxing,
shit.
bro. That guy can't train. Look at him.
Damn.
you don't think he could train? Why is that?
You said he can't train?
not.
think that?
Terrence
Ah,
Crawford is great in spite of him. Look at him. What do he do besides holler? The guys that be in that ring training him is the guy named Red and the Mexican guy. He's just the mouthpiece.
I mean, Brian
And Bud
McIntyre,
just see him be
he's
holding the yeah. Have
he's a
y'all heard
former
of
pro
Street
though.
Fighter? Listen, here's the thing. Bud Crawford started boxing in that gym. Bo Mac only a few years older than him. They was training together. Bud was in that gym before. Bo Mac took over after Bud turned pro. He got with all three of them guys. Terrence Crawford was a ready-made guy. He was a ready-made guy. And I can remember when he fought on HBO, when he had his breakthrough fight on HBO 7, 8 years ago, or whatever it was. You know, the guy that's his best friend to be walking him to the ring. He was doing most of the training for that fight that he fought on
Oh, you
HBO.
talking about Bernie?
Yeah. So I'm asking,
Man,
what is this guy? Like, for real?
I'm not
Who
gonna
is
say
he?
it. I'm not gonna say that Bomac doesn't know boxing, but I will say that a lot of his stable, they be some ready-made dudes already. Like Keyshawn, Shakur,
And
they're already like
Keyshawn,
done, bro. Like it's you,
Shakur, y'all know Shakur trainer was his grandfather. His grandfather was his trainer all the way through his amateur career, and then he got with the guy K.
right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
Keyshawn and his brother started fighting with their father.
that's what I'm
So,
saying. Like a
like,
lot of the dudes
come
that go to
on, man.
Bomac stable, you could unleash them on the divisions right now, and they pretty much slaughter everybody.
And the guy Stone Cold, Steve Nelson, him and Bomac almost the same exact age. So like, look, man, I hate to do this, but when these guys start getting this type of when they start making money, man, people you start seeing people true colors and true sides. Who is he to tell Jamel Herring that he can't talk to somebody and he can't do this and do that when you ain't doing nothing? Like Jamel Herring, 36, 37 years old, bro. What is it actually that Bo Mac telling Jamel that he don't already know?
I think honestly, more than anything, when I initially saw it, because I didn't read the article in detail, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't really care about what's going on with their stable. But my thing is, I think that Bomac probably wants to make some room for some people because he feels now that at Jamel's age and considering
Exactly.
considering what's already happened with his career, I think he feels that if you feed Jamel a decent puncher that happens to be a southpaw, he'll probably lose. So he's like, fuck it, I just need to make some room because he ain't getting ready to do nothing but make a little deal, maybe fight some nobodies over at Pro Bellum and then retire.
Hey, look, man. Bomac got money now. If Bomac was broke Mac, he wouldn't been telling Jamel nothing about him meeting with DK or any of them guys. He
Right.
got that Bud Crawford check coming in. Keyshawn Davis about to step it up and start
Keyshawn got
getting
like
paid.
5 fights
You know what I'm saying?
coming up.
Like, like think about this for a
Shakur got a
second, man.
unification.
My thing is this right here. Think about this situation. Bomac is a guy that never in his wildest dreams, growing up in Omaha, Nebraska, felt that he would be a part of a team with a pound for pound guy getting $5 and $10 million paydays, and he getting a percentage of it just to sit there and talk trash. Think
And
about that.
and that's another reason why I feel that he thought he kicked Jamel out because that deal he negotiated with Ken, or I mean with DK, is because DK is also a manager himself. So the percentages for those fights go to DK and not Bomac. So he's like, oh, what? I'm not getting mine. Well, fuck you then.
Getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he'll get like gym fees and
Like,
shit like that, but I don't think he's getting like his little 10, 15%, like whatever he gets.
but my thing is this though. If you get a ready-made fighter, that's just like in another sport, a guy that's been to the All-Star game 3 times, like you become the coach of the Lakers with Kobe Bryant and Shaq, and you win a championship, like you deserve all the credit for what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I'm
Right.
just I'm just keeping it 100 because Bomac is a guy that always down black people. He don't want to go and do what the black folks do. He wanted to go against the grain, and here he is tearing down a great American that was a soldier that fought for this country, and he just tearing him down and throwing him away like trash when he didn't make him as a fighter. I'm just keeping it 100, man.
I mean, with me, whenever I see black people getting bread, as long as they're not hurting other black people, I'm okay with it. But my thing is, though, with this situation, I don't think he should be. I mean, if Jamel Herring is cool with the split, that's whatever. But I don't think that he should be intentionally trying to deprive Herring of resources or access just because he did some financial shit. That's petty to me. And honestly,
That's what he did.
and yeah, that's garbage. And honestly,
The main word in the article is booted. He got booted out
that's
of the
what
camp.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That
that's
shit,
what
that shit is
Bowman
corny.
did.
Like,
Booted.
why?
It's cool, man.
Like, why are you being emotional? That's like, that's like me coming on the show. Oh, and then like our man has people on here that I don't necessarily get along with. It's like, oh, let me go and do something else and talk shit. Like, what? That's stupid. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why even put your energy into that? You
I
should
know a
all be
couple
able to
people
work
who
together.
did that shit.
Yeah, that's retarded. Like, I that doesn't matter. Like, everyone is free to have their own opinions and associate with the people they associate with, as long as it doesn't affect me. And Jamel Herring's business affairs don't affect you, Bomac. You go ahead, you give him access to the gym and do how y'all been doing. He's about to
But
retire
you know
anyway.
what,
He don't
man?
need to be fighting no young killers no more.
But you know what, though, man? This is the reason I'm saying what I'm saying. The way that these guys talk to the black American guys, when if it was a white guy or a white fighter, if it was Canelo, when he had told Canelo, "Hey, Canelo, you can't go and talk to this guy, that guy." When he had told even any fighter, Caleb Plant, would he have told him that? Absolutely not. But he just felt compelled to tell the black guy, "Hey, you ain't got nothing going on. You just got beat up. You know what I'm saying? And you going behind my back doing this. You booted. You kicked out of here. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man."
you getting kicked out of here. And plus,
But
I'm getting
you
a new
want,
stable with
yeah,
some new deals.
yeah,
You never know. Bomac
you
get motherfucking Devin Haney.
from a stroke,
He
and you
bet
sitting up
not.
here talking folks like that, man. Come
And
on now.
also, Bo, I'm sorry. I mean, with all the respect, Bomac on the business tip, Danny Garcia instead of one time is some straight bullshit. Okay, I'm sorry,
Look,
Bud fans, if you're offended.
oh, that's
That
what
fight is
I want to
bullshit, bro.
do with that. You give it. Look, you giving him too much. Look, how you my man. You giving him too much credit. He ain't got nothing to do with who Bud fight. He ain't part of that management team.
Oh, he
You
don't
think
manage like
Bud
that.
listen to both?
Well, shit, he be talking big shit. Bomac talk like he's a fucking manager extraordinaire every time he get on the microphone.
Bud don't even be knowing because he probably don't even be on social media.
He probably tweeting about boats and big bitches and shit. I don't know what the fuck they be talking about.
Man, look, Bud ain't listening to him in the ring, out of the ring, or nothing. He just want him around to tell jokes, and he probably feel compelled that he had this guy because Bud is a loyal guy to these guys, man, and he bring his community with him. I'll give him that. He look out for them guys that been in the gym with him his whole life. Bud is, he makes sure them guys get paid. That's all it is, bro. And I shouldn't talk like that, but I gotta be honest. This guy is teaching Bud Crawford nothing in the ring. Nothing. And if he were teaching him something out of the ring, the way that he talks, Bud would still be with Bob Arum.
Damn, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Somebody
Bomac
gonna run
told
and tell
Bud that was a
Bomac.
bad idea.
They can tell Bomac, and Bomac can we can discuss it, or however he want to do it, because I want him to show receipts that what I'm saying is a lie. That's all you got to do. We ain't got to go back and forth. Just say, "Sir, look at this."
He gonna be like, look at the
I
top
don't
rank
think he
deal.
got nothing to do with that man management.
He
I
gonna
don't
be
think he
like,
got nothing to do with it.
he gonna be like, look at the top rank deal I secured, Bud, not once but twice.
Had
Mhm.
nothing to do with it, and that ain't nothing you want to brag about when the man sued somebody for
Suing them.
racist. You know what? I agree. If he got Terrence Crawford that deal, then why Terrence ain't fired him too? Think
Damn.
about it.
Uh,
If I Look, D Hive, if you was going to get a government job and I secured you a government job and it end up screwing you years later, would you not fire me? Would that not been the last time you deal with me on any professional level?
As a recruiter, yeah, I'd probably try somebody else.
Same thing, man. And the first time Bud Crawford get his butt knocked out, all them guys from Omaha that he grew up with is fired.
And I'm telling you, when Artman start his Artman Solutions LLC, you need to retain me as a consultant. We have these motherfuckers right, paperwork
Nah,
looking straight.
real
Hey,
shit.
look, man. Hey, look. I got a consultant that's right here in Maryland, D.C. area that want to oversee y'all paperwork when y'all get it right. Okay.
Oh Lord, you gonna ask about our
Yeah,
fucking
I
licenses?
swim. Yes.
Hey,
I
he about
swim.
to. He said he about to pull up in Minnesota on my ass.
Yeah, I know.
I said,
In
yeah.
Minneapolis. Yeah. He going for the Stephen Fulton fight. Yeah.
I swear to God, if I ever had like Al Heyman level paper, people like that would just get into accidents. Like no cap. Like
They ain't gonna. They ain't
I
gonna be in your. You ain't gonna sign them.
hell no. Like I'm sorry, bro. Like I understand planned opposition, but at this point, you're just annoying as fuck. Like if I had that level of money, like little dudes always bothering me on Twitter, all up in my business, you would just get into an accident. Like
Y'all
one day
gotta watch out for D Hive when he getting that power.
I do like because some people just don't need to be here, and I'm okay with saying it, bro. Like I like
D Hive on you on team Thanos side.
yeah, bro.
Some
Like
niggas
Yeah,
gotta
I
go.
was just about to say that shit.
not 50% of the population,
Oh,
but
but
just
shout out to my dude Remy. My bad, man. I'm over here
Oh,
high
I
shit.
didn't
I
even know
forgot you
nobody else
joined.
was up.
oh,
What's
what's
up,
going
Remy?
on, Remy? Yeah, no, I'm
What's
not.
up with you, bro?
I don't believe in 50% being eliminated,
What's
but
good,
just
brother?
certain specific people just need to be picked off so we can all live better. Like it's just
I
like
feel it that
like
300. But
Nah, fact.
what's up, Remy? What you got going on, brother Remy?
Nothing, man. I'm just hopping in, trying to catch up to speed with y'all fellas, man.
No, we
Y'all hear
just
my
Man,
mic,
trying.
right?
Yeah, we hear you
yeah.
crystal clear. I know you ready for that fight, man. Errol Spence versus
What?
Yugas.
2 weeks.
Oh, that Devin. Oh, that's hard. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna need that
Hey,
one,
let me
right?
ask you a question, Remy. Who you got, Lubin? Who you got, Lubin and Fedora next week? Who you got, Remy?
Lubin. I got Lubin.
he
I
Got
better
got
lose.
Lubin.
Lubin?
I think he's gonna take it inside because he gotta smother Pandora. He gonna smother. He know what he got to do. I really feel like Lubin gonna be focused. He been they kind of sending him through the ringer right now, so he know this like the final one. If he make this fight, he really got the best case for
He
Charlo
title
Castaño winner
shot.
out of any of the WBO.
He's
Would you
already the
say,
number one
Carter?
for the WBC, so yeah, he should definitely have Charlo Castano winner.
They might try to make Lubin versus
And the Fundora win.
Tim Zoo.
Who else beat somebody
Oh
like that?
fuck!
They gonna make Lubin versus Tim Zoo.
They bet not. They bet not.
Hey,
Bro,
I ain't gonna lie. If they do that to
I
Lubin, they
honestly
some
don't
hoes.
even think Lubin want to fight Charlo again, bro.
He should.
What you want to do? Go back all the way up the ranks
I
just
ain't
to
gonna
get
lie. He
knocked
been
out by the
talking
same
like
nigga?
he have.
It's more money involved, shit, and at least there's a title at the end of it. So if you get knocked out by the champion, I mean, you're supposed to lose. You fuck around and,
Again?
bro, yeah,
It
it's a
would be
title
smart for him
opportunity.
to let Charlo move up though. If he
Yeah, that's
let
what I'm saying.
Mel
Like,
move
let him
up,
move
that'd be
up, and
smart as fuck.
then you be the man.
And risk
Hey,
fighting Zoo.
let me ask y'all a question. Why is no one ever say? I never hear people say, "Well, Lubin was too young," because last time I checked, Lubin was 20 when Charlo knocked him out.
People say that shit all the time, and I think it's
I
stupid.
No,
said
I'm
that
just
one day. I
saying,
thought
why
he was
they never
19.
say that about him?
He
I
turned
don't.
20 in between the fight.
Yeah,
This nigga couldn't even drink yet. He was out there getting lean.
Hey,
laid out.
shrugs and nigger. Shrugs and nigger. Shrugs and
There you
nigger.
go.
That's all we could do.
There you go. That just shows that race situation.
What?
But that the Lubin wasn't too young when he got knocked out, but
Nah, but
Canelo was too young when Mayweather beat him. You know
nah,
what I'm saying?
but the
It's
only
just all
people
that.
the only people who bring up Lubin are the same people who get upset whenever you mention Boots versus Bud. Oh well, Bud knocks him out. He's not gonna get no credit. I'm like, bro, no one said that. No one really said that shit about Lubin except y'all. Y'all say that now because y'all don't want Bud. I mean, y'all don't want Boots to potentially fuck up Undisputed because y'all think that Bud beats Spence easily, but y'all don't know about Boots versus Bud.
And the crazy thing is that Boots could beat both of them, or both of them could beat Boots. But I think we should find out. I think once a person goes into the adult reign in anything, any walk of life, they're free reign. So if you turn pro at 16 and you fighting for a title at 18 or 19, I feel that you're ready. If you feel you ready, you ready. You
Nigga,
know what
them
I'm saying?
16-year-olds be fighting 40-year-old niggas, man. Stop playing games.
Right.
Absolutely.
Canelo was
That's
in
how
there.
they turn pro.
Canelo
Devin
was in
Haney
there
was what,
fucking.
16?
Yeah, Canelo was in there fucking sleeping 35-year-old barbers before he was even 18. Like, come on.
Bro,
He had
y'all
the
heard the
draws with
guy
him too.
Winfred Benitez, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he turned pro at
Yeah, he was 15
14.
when he got his belt, right?
17.
Ooh.
17.
He was 17. He was 17.
17. Youngest
And he
world
fought somebody
champion
that
in
was
all the sport.
vulnerable.
Yeah, and he ended up beating Roberto Duran. But I'm just showing you, man, like when him and Ray Leonard fought for a unified title, if I'm not mistaken, Ray might have been 21 or 22. He was like 19 or 20.
Yeah, and then it's funny because then when you bring up green beans and the work he was putting in, motherfuckers try to certify green beans. Oh, he was a fucking top 10. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Against who?
Man.
Like,
These guys don't know. They don't know. And look, man, and let me say something. When I be saying that these people don't be knowing stuff, man, I'm not trying to talk like I'm some legend on boxing. I'm just be spitting some facts on these guys. Like a lot of these guys really truly don't know what they talking about. Some of these trainers that got fighters, the fighter is winning. Even if one of us was in the corner, the same thing will be going down. Like for real, what information? I gotta bring Big Mac up. What information during the Porter fight did Big Mac help Bud Crawford? He took
They got you
credit
down on
for
card.
telling Bud,
that's
look,
right. That's it.
I heard him do an interview that he said, I told Bud he was losing in the fight. Bud went out there and knocked him out because I said it. What are you talking about? Sean Porter quit
Well, that's.
in his daddy. Come on, man.
As far as the actual advice that was given, that's pretty much the only thing that really happened. He just said, "Hey, bro, they got him up, so you better figure some shit out, or you about to lose the decision."
Yeah,
So
you
like,
gotta figure some stuff out. That's just like we at our job and we can't figure out something and we go to the boss and the boss say, well, look, man, I don't know what you're gonna do, but it gotta be in by 6 o'clock. And then you do it, and then he say, well, man, look at what I did. Man, come on, man. Let's start kicking guys out of boxing, bro. You talking about taking them off this earth. Let's get them out of the boxing world. But we're gonna start with Bo Mac. Get him out of here, man.
damn, we still getting Bomac out of boxing. Oh my.
Get him out of here, man.
Oh shit.
Nah, we
All he
get our boy.
was
I'm not gonna lie. Get Steve Kim the fuck out of here.
Paul and Malignaggi.
He's not even in boxing. They just run their fucking.
Did y'all hear that boxing commentator say the N-word?
Well, he said, "Oh, we can't say the N-word here, but we're behind closed doors. We can go ahead and say it." I'm like, why are y'all even talking about that? Like, this is a boxing match literally happening in front of your face. Y'all talking about when y'all say the N-word.
N-word, and there's no black people there.
Yeah, he's talking to Paulie Malignaggi.
Wow.
It's like that's what they're using Malignaggi now for, just
And
to spew
Paulie
anti-black racism.
Race soldier.
Yep.
He used to be
but
Jock
Remy,
Floyd every 5 minutes. Nigga switching.
Hey, so what's up, Remy? You feeling this Devin Haney artwork? Can you see it?
Man, that's hard. You ain't hear me. I said I need that. I need that.
Hell yeah, I gotta get. I'm making.
No cap.
I'm making this shit before I go out to Cali.
What you gonna make after Earl
No,
Spence knock out Ugas?
That's what
What
I'm
kind of
and that's what I'm
next
saying. I'm
steps you gonna
like,
get?
yo, no, I'm gonna just do a classic painting so I can hang it up on my wall.
Gotcha.
hey,
Hopefully,
I gotta
hopefully he
ask
gets
y'all.
the
Did
fight
y'all
over
see Errol on the bag? Did y'all see Errol on the bag? He
Oh
is
my
sharp
god, I'm
as
about to play
fuck.
that shit.
He is sharp. I
Hmm.
told you, Art.
Hey,
He
last
knocking
night,
out with the 8 rounds. Period.
last night we was, bro, me and my chick, we was literally just chilling at the crib. She was cooking, and I was just watching the him hitting the bag and shit. I was just like, yo, this guy looks, man. Say, I'm about to play it right now. He looks sharp. People
Art,
say,
where was
oh,
that food you had, man? That food you took the picture of.
oh, yeah, that
Oh,
was the yeah, I had some finest Ray Nelson steak last night.
okay, I saw that, man. Now that looked good, man. It made me say, man, I'm gonna go check this Mongolian place out around here. But yeah, that looked good, man.
Yeah, that shit was good, real good. But I think Julius,
Yeah,
somebody got an echo.
you had the whole shebang going.
Facts. I had to
I
celebrate.
don't
I got a raise at the job,
know.
I
so
seen that big
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
that's what's up. Hey, did I have an echo earlier?
Nah, you didn't, but I don't know. It just came about now.
Yeah, but nah, man. Yeah,
No.
Arrow, Arrow's looking good. But the Novada testing, I don't know what that's about. But hopefully, he's
That's
some.
what. Hold on a second, man. That's what old boy said. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the Balco cheater. You know what I'm saying? We have to take his word with a grain of salt because again, he worked with Vada, so
Yep.
he put the Vada blueprint. USADA, WADA. We don't know if any of those guys because every Earl Spence fight I could think of has had some type of testing, you know what I'm saying, from either VADA or USADA. So what's his
Yeah,
thing with it?
he didn't say no drug testing specifically. He just said no VADA testing, and people forget that
Right. Like that
VADA
means,
is just a company. But
yeah,
well,
yeah,
it's just a nonprofit organization that does drug testing. But no, that's what I'm saying.
right.
Like I don't know what other company is doing the drug testing. Maybe they're just taking it to a lab or whatever. But I like I was saying, I don't know what that's about. But all I was gonna say was hopefully Errol Spence like gets like slumps him over like Bundu or something. So because that would be a cool ass
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Hey,
All right, well,
hey, but
check
you
this
know,
out. This is for fair use only. You know what I'm saying? Fair use only.
I'm telling
Check
you,
this out.
he brought the shag back because he's tired of motherfuckers talking. He's like, oh, I can't knock out nothing. I can only knock out somebody with a shag. Okay, whatever then. Let's get it then. Got a lot of tattoo work done in the meantime, in between
I
time.
know. I seen. I
look
said,
crisp,
okay.
man.
No, real talk. I noticed that too. I'm like, when he got that fucking big ass back piece.
Like, and then the whole
And he
leg
got
work
his
too.
leg tattooed too.
That should
Yeah, I
probably
had
cost
seen
like
Yeah,
that.
that
Forgot
forty
what
he
was
five.
got
that.
that
That should probably cost
after
like
the accident.
$2,500.
Yeah.
25, probably like maybe damn near $5,000 for all of it.
But again, though, man, with that drug testing, though, man, these guys be trying to promote VADA, and that costs a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? That VADA testing, that's some expensive junks. You know what
Shit,
I'm
if y'all ain't
saying?
gonna
But
test Tyson Fury, fuck all that, man.
Right.
is that hey, they
And
don't
they talk
test
about they
Tyson.
test, and I don't even believe that shit, bro. I honestly don't, because who's to say that you can't be corrupted and say a drug testing is fucking positive when it's really false?
Bro,
So
Yeah,
we,
like
drug testing is not some super duper official process. I had to do it to get my the job that I have now. Drug testing is you and another person. They hand you a cup. You go into another room, put some liquid in, and then they analyze whatever's in that cup. There's nothing official about it. You ain't got
I
cameras
mean,
on you. You can just pay that person to
also,
look the other way.
hey, how about if you hand them the cup, and while you handing them the cup, five $100 bills is in it.
Right.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do?
Or
I'm
you
gonna
just
go
use
pee in
somebody
the
else's
cup.
pee.
Right, I'll pee in the cup. I use my own. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, I'm
come
gonna tell
on,
you
man.
right now. I had to take drug tests, multiple drug tests, and let's just say, nigga, you already see what the fuck going on this side.
Right.
Right.
Like
You got the job, right? You got the job, right? There you go.
I literally just bought like when I did mine, I just bought a cleanser from a random store because I've been doing a lot of edibles. I just bought a fucking cleanser, drank that shit in like an hour, and then it was over with, done.
You know what you could do? The smart way. What I used to do, I would get like some piss, clean piss, and you'll clean a Germex bottle, a small one, and you'll just tie it under your nutsack to keep it warm. And then when it's time to take the test, you just spray the fucking Germex bottle into the fucking thing.
Right.
This
Next thing you know,
That's
it's you got warm,
unreliable
hot,
shit.
warm biz.
now y'all going above and beyond. I just drank the little cleanser. I just drank
I
the
feel
little.
like that's going
Above and
above
beyond.
and beyond because I didn't like drinking that whole ass thing. I did that before.
Yeah, I mean it sucked, but I got it down. They say you got to drink it in like an hour and then pee once, and then you should be straight. So that's what I did. And then
But
it
what y'all
all
think about this guy Errol Spence though, looking fucking in killer
He
shape?
looked good, man. He looked like the
Man,
old
he
Earl.
knocking him out. He's knocking him
Yeah.
out, bro.
Aaron Spencer's
He was
weight
gonna give
training.
Pacquiao that shit.
He can't make weight no more. He needs to move up. And then when he moves up, y'all be talking about how he duck fucking.
Hey,
He looked like
hold up, hold up, Earl. All right, I gotta say this. Y'all mean to tell me that Earl Spence looked good and he ain't trained by Blu-ray?
Oh shit.
Hey man, hey, I'm sorry, bro. Hey, look, man, those narratives, man. Now Blu-ray we're making Earl knock people out. So if Earl knocked this guy out, then what that say about Blu-ray fitness?
That he's a good bodybuilder.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, in all, I mean,
He was saying he wanted to work with Devin too. I wanted him to fuck with Devin too.
but he said all Blu-ray. Blu-ray's last comment on it was that he trained Errol Spence for Pacquiao, and then that was the last camp. He said that he wasn't with him this camp, but we don't know. We don't know where Blu-ray's been. We don't know their business relationship as it stands. So I'm not gonna say too much on it. But you know, it is what it is.
Only reason I said it is because I think that we're gonna have to start to give these fighters, you know what I'm saying, the you know what I'm saying, like the great share of the credit. You know what I mean? Like Blu-ray got on, and I understand he trying to, sell it. He sold himself good because people started saying that Blu-ray was the reason that Earl got them knockouts. Remember that we done this show, and all those people were saying Blu-ray was the reason that when now Earl is soft because he ain't got Blu-ray.
Man, I'm gonna keep it 100. These are some nice ass gloves. I seen them online. I was about to buy that shit,
Yeah,
but I was like, "Fuck, I gotta put my money together because I'm like, dude, this shit is nice, man."
Yeah, they're expensive. They cost like over 100, I think, for the pair.
Yeah, it's not about I can't get them. It's just like, man, I'd rather just save my money for this trip.
Yeah, you got
Have extra
priorities.
cash flow.
Hey,
It's about separating your wants and your needs.
Oh, don't worry.
Art, them your
But best
combinations
believe I'm
ain't
gonna get them.
You got a whole ass baby coming up.
Somebody got upset. Somebody got upset at Ray. No, Ray got upset because somebody said, "Hey, I ain't gonna lie, it gotta look like our bed when you hit the bag."
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Art, man, that's your combination right there. That's what I just said.
Nah, it's not my combination because that's who I be watching when I hit the bag. Errol Spence.
Yeah, I'm just messing. I'm just saying you do be throwing those type of combinations. But hey, man, if these guys so upset and angry, why don't they just fly on down to Minnesota? Because look, I'm getting tired of people coming and telling me stuff like, man, you riding, you know what I'm saying? You riding Art, man, because I commented that he hitting the heavy bags better than he was 9 months ago or whatever. So I just be telling them, and I'm going to put it out again. Fly on down to Minneapolis and spar with him. Tell him you want to do 6 rounds because I don't believe
they won't do that shit.
We
man.
tried to put a whole fucking Kickstarter card together, and niggas is pussy talking about I'm a street fighter, bro. Shut the fuck up. You're like 5 feet tall.
Yeah,
like be quiet.
Because look, Beehive,
I take shit bigger than half these dudes.
You know what that is? That's them opting out because they know we can make that shit real. What Nipsey say? Get your lawyer on the phone. We can make it real, nigga.
And people were talking all this big shit to me, talking about, oh, you never show your face. I'm like, bro, I will fight on the card, and y'all all will see what I really look like. Then all of a sudden, it's like, nah, man, nah. I'm like, oh, what you worried about? What you worried about? I'll make weight. I'm like, pick a weight. I will go from fucking cruiser to 175.
And the dude in question that I was talking about, we around the same. I would say we around the same height.
Nah, he's shorter than you,
Now he's shorter than me, right? Okay,
and
by a
he's
little bit.
by a decent amount, and he's small, like physically, like he needs a sandwich.
Well,
Yeah,
stop talking then. That's what he need to do. Stop
exactly.
talking.
Right, like just be
You know,
quiet. If you
all this
can't,
riding. I told him, man, just fly to Minneapolis, man. St. Paul, whatever it is, the Twin Cities, and meet
Yeah,
him at that
Hey,
gym.
hey, Julius, you know what it really is though?
Yeah. What's
They
that,
be
bro?
mad because they can't get tribal on that nigga, and he just by himself. They feel like if
Right.
multiple of us saying the same shit, then you lose on some gay nana and a boo boo
Mm,
shit. That's why every
ex-
Yeah,
time I
right.
see somebody doing that shit to him, I do the same shit. D
I
Hop too.
do it,
Every
man.
time I see somebody doing that shit to them, I do the same shit back to them niggas.
it's corny as
Yeah,
fuck. Like I don't even
no
have time.
doubt.
Like half the time when y'all put me on posts, I've either blocked or muted those people because I'm like, I don't have time to be dealing with y'all. Y'all say the same stupid shit every day, and your favorite fighters don't care. Terrence Crawford does
Yeah.
not care.
don't care.
Canelo
And,
Alvarez does not care. Tyson Fury does not fucking care. George Campbell, they don't care.
and
Like all these dudes have
and
never
here's the
been
other
publicly
thing too.
acknowledged by their favorite fighter. They just talking
And,
shit.
and and what and what they try to do also too, man, is that they use certain black people as their token Negro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like
for
They
Bud is
do.
example,
support. Bud is
Slim
support.
is definitely one. And then sometimes they like to throw lazy in there, but I don't know why. And MVO, they try to use those guys as their so-called token Negro or whatever. And I'd be like, man, come on, man. I like those guys. I ain't got nothing against any of them, but I'm just saying, like them race soldiers or something else, man.
They always, man. I ain't gonna lie. Some days I be seeing like, oh, y'all brothers be having them Twitter spaces. I'm like, okay, I'm about to join that shit. And then I see
Mhm.
a particular character in there talking with a mic. I said, oh nah,
Yeah,
You
like
you
I
talking
can't.
about you talking about the switch hitter, right?
Yeah, the
The
switch
switch
hitter.
hitter.
yeah, I'm
Yep.
like, who the
Yeah.
fuck? I'm like, why are they letting? And keep in mind, he's been involved in these spaces since he's been like a child. He like turned 18 like a year ago. I'm like, why is he even getting to talk amongst y'all?
I
That is
don't know, man. I don't understand why these guys talk to people about boxing that's 14 and 15 years old. It is ridiculous,
I'm like,
man.
nigga, get
It,
these dudes the fuck up out of here. Like,
it,
what are y'all talking?
it, it's
Okay,
like,
like no disrespect to the young brother Max, but he said he told me about the whole boy situation. He was like, yeah, um Cambosa's called so a boy before too. And I said, Max, you understand that calling a black man boy compared to other people, it means a totally different thing, right? And I said, see, this is why critical race theory shouldn't be fucking banned in y'all school.
mm,
Max lives in
and look,
Florida. Let me
Yeah,
tell you, Max, go up to a black person and don't pick like the nerdiest leader of the chess club, nigga. Go to somebody on a that's athletic. Call them a fucking boy and see the results, bro.
well,
yeah. Just have a
Tell that
just
nigga go to
you don't
Carol
even have to
City,
you
go to
don't have
Liberty City, and do that shit.
Right,
like on some
yeah,
real
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
You
right.
don't even have to be
or
disrespectful,
the
like
Poker
where
Bean
you cussing them
projects in
out.
Florida.
Just talk to them
Yeah,
and just keep on referring to them as a boy.
Like, what's up, boy?
yeah.
Hey, how
Hey,
you doing,
look,
boy?
but but my
Oh, that's my
thing,
boy. Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
thing is
Like, do
this
that
Aren't
right
shit
here,
three,
though,
four
man.
fucking times and then see how it goes.
Hey, look, all right, all y'all guys, man. I just gotta say this, bro. The thing that got me with a certain person, man, is that when they showed me a picture of them, referring to knowing about boxing and stuff, they pulled up a picture when they was 8 years old, out there hitting the thing, man. And look, I'm just saying, bro. The reason that I was saying what I was saying about that, man, is because, man, we got to get these people eradicated from our spaces. That's why I said, Art, you need to get a space. You know what I'm saying? And it need to be for us, by us, like what Fubu. That's what we got to do, man.
Like,
I
Just
know,
point.
but here's my thing. Now, I'm not saying that I'm just some guy that I can't work with white people or I can't work with Mexican people or whatever. I'm not that type of
Right. We
guy.
can work with
But
anybody. Right. Right.
yeah, I could work with anybody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm for my people 100%.
Absolutely.
100% because I am a part of a group and I have a group self-interest.
the
Just
only
like every other
okay,
group. It's that simple.
the only thing that
Absolutely.
bothers me though is that when they're talking about boxing, number one, it's almost never about boxing. It always turns into some personal shit. Number two, they're
Yeah,
showing
absolutely.
yeah, number two, they're showing their age with the narratives they repeat. Like they hardly watched boxing before Lomachenko got popular, and they just repeat the same stupid shit. And I'm like, dude, y'all have to understand,
But
boxing companies now, they create these narratives specifically for people like you to create the type of fan that you are, so you can just constantly go around repeating the stupid shit. Do you know?
Meanwhile,
hey,
the big
hey,
wigs
I'm gonna
are
tell y'all
actually
this,
in.
man.
Look, hold on one
Yeah,
second. Well, actually,
go ahead.
meanwhile, the big wigs are actually in Art Man's DMs.
Right, and it's
Right.
crazy too. Like for example, with
Mhm.
Lomachenko, why do you think they kept repeating his amateur career? So stupid motherfuckers can use his amateur career as an argument for
Absolutely,
why
and
he
they
should get
do,
everything. Dude, man,
and they do.
I'm gonna say this definitively. Fuck Lomachenko's amateur career. That shit don't matter.
Yeah,
You want to know why it doesn't matter? Because he got beat by people that weren't shit in the amateurs. And I'm tired of y'all repeating
absolutely.
that bullshit, dude. Fuck Lomachenko's amateur career. He had almost
And,
400 fights and then got done like a bitch when he fought somebody on the second fight. And Salido wasn't
yep,
shit at that time. Y'all talk about he was a
nothing.
champion, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Well, Bermain Stavern was a champion, and y'all repeatedly say Bermain Stavern wasn't shit. So clearly, all champions are not created equal. Y'all talk all this bullshit about how y'all know boxing, but all y'all do is repeat whatever the fuck you heard on ESPN. I'm sick of that shit.
And also too, I'm gonna, I'm gonna make I'm gonna make this comment. The reason that I come so strong at people, whether they fans, whether they got one follower or 1,000 or 1,000,000, is because these situations and these arguments and these disagreements is the reason. And with Bud and Earl, they could turn this into a Tupac and Biggie situation. Those guys would have still been alive if white folks stayed out of it. Let's be honest. They would
Yep. You
still
know
be
what?
alive
They
today.
trying it.
They
They
like
keep
to
on
pit
trying
us
it.
against each other. And I talk about it. I talk about it. They pit us against each other. That's why whenever they start talking about, well, Spence and then Bud, I say, hold on. They got the same fan base. When Bud fought Poking Beans, what black folk were going rooting for Poking Beans? I sure the heck wasn't. No matter what I ever said about Bud, I want to see him win. But the thing is, those guys get involved. Next thing you know, it's gonna be violence within black folks, and they're gonna sit back and say, look at them fools out there." So yeah, I
Like when Bud
come
came to
down.
Dallas and people was barking at him, it was like, yeah, y'all gotta chill all that shit.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. That's why I'm telling you, bro. I
But a
don't
lot of
care if
those
you're
people weren't even
14
black.
or 400. Yeah, if you're 14, you can be from age 14 to 400. If you pushing black narratives that, you know what I'm saying, with pushing black folks against black folks and pitting them against each other on some stupid stuff, I'm gonna call you out. I don't care. I'm gonna call you out,
My
bro.
thing is,
Period.
stop saying boxing isn't about race, but then your arguments change depending on the race of the fighter. I get so tired of that shit. For example, if Triple G is the best middleweight on the planet, Errol Spence is the best welterweight on the planet. Okay, that's it. Like the same
That's
people.
it.
Yeah, y'all keep saying, "Oh, Triple G is the best middleweight right now. It doesn't matter about Charlo because of who he fought." Okay, cool. The Errol Spence Jr. is the best welterweight on the planet right now because of who he fought. Well, no, it's different. Okay, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm tired of that. That shit don't make no sense. And for
Fact.
example, another thing. Right now, people are trying to turn Devin Haney and Tank onto some Bud and Errol Spence, and I don't want that to happen.
Yep.
But let me say this: the same people that claim that Devin Haney can't beat Tank use the same people, like the same people who say that Devin Haney can't beat Tank will then say Errol Spence can beat Terrence Crawford. It's hilarious because the same people, the same arguments used for Tank beating Devin Haney are the same arguments used for Bud beating Spence. But then two people in both camps believe they reverse the logic when you switch up the fighters. And
Yep.
I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking
Yep.
sense. Like people
Hey,
say,
look, guys, I got to roll, man. I got to roll. Hey, y'all take it easy, man. All right.
okay,
All
have
right,
a good one,
Julius.
Julius.
All right. Okay. Hey, and art man, put the art down and watch Savannah Marshall. All right.
Oh yeah, she fighting right now, huh?
Hell no.
I'm just messing with art man, man.
Yeah, Savannah
All
Marlin versus.
right, guys.
All right, you have a good one. But yeah, no, like the
All right, man.
the exact same logic people use for Tank. For Tank beating Haney is the exact same logic people use for Bud beating Spence. But then the people that believe Tank beats Haney also believe that Spence beats Bud, and then they call you crazy if you think one or the other. And I'm like, dude, like I'm tired of just the inconsistencies. Okay, fights are 50-50 pretty much no matter what because this is boxing. It's a matter of physics, and physics is semi unpredictable in the universe except for certain terrestrial factors. But the fact of the matter is, I get so tired of people assuming they know boxing because they just repeat after some people or because they get some fight calls right. Like the shit is fucking annoying, bro. I'm getting fucking tired of it, and honestly, it's making the sport not enjoyable because the pros are starting to feed off of the bullshit that the fans are saying, and the fans are full of shit. The fans are completely full of shit, and it's just like the difference between Cambosis and Tank. Oh, Tank got to fight the best people, but Cambosis should make the most money. What? What? Oh, Devin Haney got to humble himself, but Cambosis is the king now of the division and calls all the shots. What? Based off of what? What? I get so sick of these people, man.
Stop letting white people control the narrative, nigga. White folks said Joe Louis should never be a champion in their articles. And they expect us to believe that race is not involved in boxing. These dudes be sitting here telling us that it's not that. Look, the whole situation with the Cambosis saying boy, they could have just said, man, Cambosis was wrong for saying that and move the fuck on. But to show you racism in boxing, these guys try to argue us down. Victims of racism try to argue us down that there's no such thing as racism when an Australian says boy.
Yeah, they went hard. They tried to erase hundreds of years of Australian history. All of a sudden, it's like, no, Australia is the greatest place, and Australia has a black president. Look, it, blah, blah, blah. I'm part of that. All of a sudden, everybody became African. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? Nobody
Now,
asked for all that.
now Cambosis girls are African.
Yeah, like,
So she
bro.
said she was getting nigga. That's a bad explanation.
And the thing is, too, is that nigga is 2 syllables. Tan is 1 syllable. She went out of her way to work extra hard to put that point across. Could have just said, I'm getting a tan. This bit, I'm getting nigga. What the fuck?
Nobody says that.
Nobody. And George liked it.
Nobody goes out of their way to say that. I don't care what country you're from. That's the first time I've ever heard some shit like that.
I didn't even know that she was referring to tanning until I think you said it, and I seen that picture like several times.
I just put it together. Like, she's getting darker.
So I'm like, what does she mean by that? But now I know.
Yeah, but I mean,
And that's why I keep on laughing because I'm like, yo, me and my girl about to take a trip to Cali. I'm trying to get nigga too.
Yo, both y'all asses get tan. Y'all gonna be looking like the Wesley Snipes twins. Y'all fuck around.
Right, we try to get nigga out here. You feel me?
Yeah, bro. Like, it's like
I've never heard somebody use it that way though.
It's just corny. It's just corny as fuck,
Yeah.
bro. And then they try to give him a pass for this shit, and I'm like, look, man, this scumbag is operating on y'all's endorsement. Y'all told Cambosis he's the man. Devin Haney needs to bow down and all this bullshit, and now y'all mad about it. The diva shit came from y'all.
No, you know what's funny to me, D Hive? George Cambosis I gotta play that shit because he's telling Devin Haney that you're the one that got forced into this.
Shit, Devin Haney like, nah, nigga, I cornered y'all. I cornered your entire company because y'all can't sell shit else.
Dude, if you go to Top Rank, the very first thing you see on Top Rank's page, go look at it in real time, YouTube. The very first 5 videos are like all Devin Haney.
I'm looking it up right now.
All Devin Haney. Devin Haney's first fight, Devin Haney's press conference, Devin Haney's moments in the press conference.
And keep in mind,
and Shakur Stevenson.
When they showed that debut, one of the announcers said that Devin Haney sounds like a female tennis player. And I'm like, why would you even take the time out to say some shit about? He's 17. Like I said, these dudes been the fucking ops.
Fuck it.
Okay, yeah, the first 5 videos, the first 4 videos are all about Devin Haney and Devin Haney Cambosis. And then there's some shit about Tiafimo because he's supposed to be coming back at 140 against some bum ass nigga. Actually, no, I lied. Tiafimo's supposed to be coming back against another undefeated Australian dude. You better watch his ass. That dude got more knockouts than Cambosis.
Credentialed fighter. He is a world champion.
Could I do that? I'm like,
there, but there's one missing. Welcome, and tell me about your first thoughts at the moment, George, about coming here to Melbourne to defend all these titles, maybe get that last remaining one as well, here in front of 50,000 Greek Australians and Australian Greeks and the world watching you. Welcome.
it is good to be back home. 5 years I've been on the road. 5 years. Been doing it tough. Doubted by many. But I stayed focused. I kept that tunnel vision.
Man, he's such a bitch. Shut up.
Also, Artman, remember that tweet you posted about what Mike Coppinger said about the fight? Mike Coppinger apparently reported the fight of the Lomachenko deal. He said that Cambosis has the option for a rematch in Australia if he loses. So where the fuck else was that first fight gonna be?
Right here in the States. Duh.
Talking about Devin Haney took the same exact deal. No, Devin Haney got
I'm ready
fucked
to
over.
fight today.
Talking about the same damn deal.
Because I bet to you from the
Yeah.
Lopez.
Nah, that's some straight bullshit, man. I gotta stop believing these dudes. These dudes are full of shit. Y'all know damn well that wasn't the same exact deal Lomachenko got. They wouldn't do Lomachenko like that. They wouldn't cut Lomachenko's paper. Talking about he only getting 2.8 million while Cambosis is getting 10. Please. Shit, Lomachenko got like 6 million off Tiafimo's bitch ass. They wouldn't do that to him like that.
Check this out. Hold on.
Was forced into this fight.
It's my favorite part.
Just in terms of his camp, will you change anything up with different time zones? I'm just interested in how you'll approach piecing together his camp for this fight as well.
First off, I want to start off by saying I'm not a kid, so he can stop calling me a kid. I'm a man, and I will show him that in the ring. Respect me as a man, and if he doesn't want to respect me as a man, I'll gain the respect in the ring. And second of all, he could say that he chose me, but that's not the truth. He was forced into this fight. He did not want to fight me, and up until today, he did not want to sign a contract up until today. So he can say what he want to say. He did not choose me. He was forced into it.
You were chosen, boy.
And
you were chosen.
Can you repeat the question for me again?
Sorry,
No, I wasn't chosen.
You were chosen.
Now,
He was forced.
You got forced
He
in
didn't
this
want this fight.
position.
You
You
didn't
got
want
forced
this
in this
fight.
position. I'll take the same deal as
You said
Loma
what?
does. I'll take the same deal as Loma. Yeah, you're on a
And
different
what I do?
broadcast.
And what did I
You're
do?
on a different
And what did I do?
broadcast. You're on a different
what did I do?
broadcast. That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. Because I knew I could beat you.
Show me June
I
5th.
trusted my skills so
Sorry,
much that I knew, no matter what, I'd fight you anywhere, wherever. I'd fight you in your backyard if I had to, because I know that I'm gonna beat you, and you'll see June 5th.
I'll be waiting.
June 5th, there we go. It was going so nicely there for a while too, wasn't
Yeah.
it, ladies and gentlemen? But you can see the fighter's instinct.
He's upset, Eddie.
So much on the line, you can just feel it. The secondary question was to George.
No, the second one was to Bill. I was just interested.
But you see, like, this dude, George Cambosis, he's clearly delusional.
Devin Haney needs to take out
No, I think-
all his frustration. I'm talking like not even box. I'm talking on some straight street shit.
Beat the shit out of this
Exactly.
nigga. Like,
I think George
jailhouse level.
Cambosis think he gonna annoy him to the point to where Devin gonna just go in there and try to beat his ass, and he gonna be able to take advantage of it. That's clear. The same shit he did to T.O. he trying to do to Devin. That's all I kind of took from
But
that
T.O.
dumbass shit he doing.
Tio and Devin are different fighters though. He does that with
Exactly.
Devin, and you might see some different shit. This ain't Tiafimo. Tiafimo's a fucking boxing IQ.
you let Devin throw the punches he really want to throw on you. You fuck around and get stopped, nigga.
Like I said,
The way he be beating up niggas like Blair Cobbs and sparring, bro, you let him do that to you, it's over.
I mean, you saw what he did with Moran. He turned that nigga into a cartoon.
And that's what I'm trying to tell people. This nigga on Twitter trying to say Devin Haney couldn't knock me out. I posted the clip of that dude of Devin knocking that motherfucking Mexican dude head off. That shit look like a cartoon, bro.
Shit, man. Y'all know who to play with. Y'all know what the play was talking about. Oh, Devin Haney couldn't stop me, a whole professional world championship boxer. But then when we say who we could beat, all of a sudden it's, you guys are crazy, and these are niggas that aren't even known for any fucking thing.
Fucking 20 fucking 7-year-old art man thinks he can beat up 40-year-old Ishay Smith.
You're right. Or fucking little ass Sonny Edwards who can't punch worth shit.
Shit. Dude, they literally told me that Sonny Edwards would be a tough fight for me. Nigga,
Sonny
what?
Edwards is fucking trash. I'll put Sonny Edwards in one headlock and his ass will be gasping for fucking air. Like he can't even punch.
I didn't even think he was a real fighter when I seen him. I thought that was a joke.
Dude, imagine having money, getting in your best fit, and still looking homeless.
Bro, you nigga get money and getting this best fit and still look like a British chief dude.
He looked like
dance. He tried to dance to some little baby and some shit like that. Who the fuck, bro? What?
He don't even look British. He looked like a fucking hillbilly. He looked like his name should be Skeeter or some shit.
No bullshit.
Like,
or Cletus or some bullshit like that.
It's so whack. I guarantee, bro. If he entertained it and said, "Yeah, I want to fight Art Man," that shit will probably do better numbers than his actual fights.
Bro, I took a photo of his fight. Nobody was there. Nobody was there.
Bro, you know them white people ain't fucking with that shit. They like, man, you better act white or fuck you.
Yeah, dude, like nobody came. Like I said, I'm gonna start calling that nigga Skeeter. I'm be like, man, shut up, Skeeter.
He need to try to make a fight with Art Man for real at a catch weight. I'll beat him down at 140 or 130.
He needs to get his ass whooped by Julio Cesar Martinez.
Hell no, he gonna stay away from that shit. But nigga, what y'all feel about this Shakur? Bro, there's some good fights in April. Fedora versus Lubin. Errol Spence versus motherfucking Yugas. And then motherfucking Shakur versus Valdez. I'm gonna be in Cali the day that fight come on, bro. That's gonna be lit. I might watch that shit on the beach. Watch this nigga get knocked the fuck out.
I have yet to see anybody legitimately pick Valdez. No one is giving Valdez a path to victory. Nobody. Not even ESPN. They're like, they just talk about the fight like, oh, this will be Shakur's shining moment. I'm like, damn. So y'all just, this Valdez is straight sacrifice. Like this is terrible. No one has any faith in Valdez. Like I've never seen some shit so lopsided. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's kind of quiet. It kind of went quiet on that fight. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Because everyone feels like they know the outcome, and that's why we need more 50-50 fights. Because honestly, I'm glad Shakur is smoking Valdez bitch ass because he's been running for too long and he don't really need a belt anyway. But it's like you see how little press these fights get when they're lopsided. Like Shakur gonna watch this dude and probably stop him. I mean, if some other shit happens, that'll shake up the boxing world. But nobody is giving Oscar Valdez any faith because, tell you the truth, this is why they didn't want the fight to happen because they know Valdez is not that guy.
This is supposed to be, if you really think about it on paper, this is supposed to be like the biggest 50-50 fight, USA versus Mexico unification. And all the Mexicans supposed to be riding for Valdez and all the black folks in America supposed to be riding with Shakur. This is supposed to be a really big fight, like a Canelo versus Floyd Mayweather.
And I was just about to say, that's the fight that taught them that we're not the same. Like that fight right there permanently changed boxing history. They all learned real time that, oh shit, we are not the same as the niggas.
And yeah, and this guy trying to say Mexico learned boxing and this and that.
He's just trying to get a following. I don't even like when y'all retweet that stupid motherfucker. That's why I just muted it.
I know he tried to go on live with me, and I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that shit.
Yeah, you're garbage, bro. Like whatever he talking about. Canelo haters are all unemployed. Like shut the fuck up and change.
Hey, that shit was crazy as hell because he trying to say that Canelo haters or this or that, they got low credit scores and live in the projects or whatever, some bullshit. And then some dude was like, well, shit, Canelo fans not documented. Shit, then that shit just went left. It went left real quick. They got upset. They not
most Canelo fans aren't even old enough to fucking drink or rent a car or like just I don't even care.
It's really Canelo fans are Bad Bunny fans.
Yeah, probably. That's why, and it's funny because he talk about all that Mexico shit. That's why when I asked him, I was like, "So where do you currently reside and pay income taxes?" Nigga was on hush mode. I'm like, "Exactly. Take your bitch ass down there and actually go live." Oh, you don't want to because
Yes, because the government.
because you're afraid of something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, they say the cartels is much worse. Da, 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 da. Nigga, bro, we live in a country where the US government literally put a chemical in our community that hinder our performance of competing. And we still here fighting. I'm talking
And
about crack
shit, they're poisoning Michigan right now.
right now. And we still here.
They never fixed that shit. The only thing that got greenlit was the was the civil lawsuit. They haven't made any actual reparative action. The water in Flint is still poisonous,
Still poisonous. And here they are giving money to the Ukraine.
and yet, and guess what? Michigan still producing top shelf smoke.
Yep.
Still,
The best athletes what in the world right now, what? Male and
Mayweather,
female, Mayweather,
Mayweather,
Clarissa
and
Shields.
Clarissa Shields are both from Michigan.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So
And then I don't like that shit. And I'm like, dude, like, how you should be thankful. You should be grateful that you're able to be here and align yourself with these white supremacists. Literally can call yourself white. I've seen it. I work in healthcare. I know for a fact I've seen it with my own eyes multiple times.
yeah,
Where a clear Mexican person is in my face or Latino person is in my face, and I'm reading the demographics and it says a white person.
I'm from California. They do that shit all the time, and that's why.
So
That's why.
just be grateful that you can do shit like that. So don't come over here hating and be like, "Oh, black folks, how can you not be working so hard like us, nigga?
That's why
Like
when they
us."
showed. That's why when they showed Mikey Garcia, because Mike Garcia from California. That's why when they showed Mikey Garcia's, they showed his census form or whatever for medicine when they identified as white. They tried to say that's the only option. I'm like, oh, that's a straight up lie. That's a
It's
straight
like
up lie. The first in California, the first option you have is are you or are you not Hispanic or Latino, and then the rest of the options. So that's the first option you have. That means he skipped that one, or he marked no, I'm not.
yep. And then somebody said because he thought he was just gonna get better care if he was white.
That's
Which
our point. That's our entire
so
point.
so you're telling me that you can align yourself with this group, but you're telling you how you work so hard. How about the people who can't get those benefits, but it's still here? They work so hard. They work so hard that now you're able to come here to do shit like that
And that's
because of
why
them.
and that's why they always praise Martin Luther King because I'm like, boy, if people had listened to Malcolm X, y'all be getting fucked up right now. Like y'all, like when y'all first started coming, y'all would be getting destroyed, bro. Like it
Nigga,
was.
wait till bro. You think we getting hate now? Let's say that shit happened. Lord willing, nigga, them reparations kick in, nigga.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, you gonna be here, nigga. Well, I think every black fighter should take a pay cut because they're all getting paid anyways.
Right.
Can you imagine that shit, Di?
Shit. I mean, look what they talked about Wilder. Wilder has a lot of power, so people deserve to cheat to fight him. Excuse me?
Exactly.
Are you fucking serious? Like, oh yeah, people should absolutely be on steroids because his power is the cheat code.
Somebody told me Wilder has metal rods in his hand, so it's not fair that Tyson Fury could cheat too.
Yeah, he had those taken out in 2016. talking about it was for reparative surgery to heal broken bones. He had them taken out in 2016 before he even got even close to fighting Tyson Fury. So that's some bullshit.
Well, but did you see how Top Rank promoting Devin Haney like the next American dream?
Yeah, and
That's
it's
what you
funny.
got to do. Like you
And,
said, man, when the old man passed the torch, wink, ain't
and
no telling.
I just
They
get
they
I
might be
just
promoting these black fighters like none no tomorrow.
well now that they have a stable that their current stable can't fucking wash, of course. But the moment they find some fucking East European or some Asian killer that think fucks with them, oh, they'll switch up. Trust me. The only reason right now why these fighters are getting any of this press is because they know that right now almost nobody in any of their divisions fucks with them. Not Navarrete, not fucking not anybody over there. Not anybody between 130 and probably 140 at top rank fucks with any of these people. Not nobody. So of course they're like, oh well, these are the shining fucking things. And Cambosis ain't even top rank, so they ain't gonna, and he's not American, so they ain't spending no real bread on his punk ass. But one thing that gets me mad is that these dudes are never held to the fire for the bullshit that they fucking say. Bob Arum said that the reason why Devin Haney couldn't get the Lomachenko fight at the time was because he signed to the wrong promoter. Clearly, that's just been debunked. And motherfuckers will just sit there like Bob hasn't been a liar his whole fucking life. I'm like, bro, how are y'all gonna sit there and defend years worth of lies? Bob Arum has backtracked multiple times on shit that he said. And he's openly admitted to lying, and people still give Bob Arum praise. And just like Tiafimo, Tiafimo did all the shit that Wilder did, said all the shit that Wilder said, except Tiafimo wasn't fighting a cheater. He got his ass whooped by a regular ass dude because he mentally is a bitch. But no, we just done cooking Tio. Meanwhile, Tio talking about he calling in assassination missions on regular civilians. What? And we just done cooking them. We done cooking them. But meanwhile, Wilder is retired, making music, enjoying his gajillion dollars and big booty ass wife, and we still talking about what Wilder doing because he's seeing a priest or some shit. Nigga, man, get these dudes the fuck up out of here, okay? I'm so sick of y'all. I'm so sick of these bogus. I'm sick of these garbage, bogus ass fans. They got all this energy. They pretend to be business experts. They know exactly what all the contracts say. But when the motherfucker y'all defending comes out and says, once again, I've lied to you, no smoke. Just like Bud fans. Bud has consistently proven y'all wrong at every fucking turn, and y'all still repeating bullshit. Bullshit that Bud himself doesn't even agree with. Like what is wrong with y'all? Like y'all are just, I don't know what kind of household y'all were raised in, but in my house, when you lied, you got smacked. Like what the hell are you lying for? And you know how back in the day when like you owe somebody money, they were like, if you just give it to me when you give it to me, it's all good. But when I gotta come look for you, that's when it's gonna be a problem. Like that's what I'm saying. If I have to, if you tell me the truth, it's cool. But if I gotta extract the shit and catch you up in a lie, man, you fucked up with me for life. But y'all sit here and take it. Y'all sit here and take it because it's not affecting fighters that y'all like. It's not affecting Lomachenko because the lies are benefiting Lomachenko. The lies benefit Valdez. The lies benefit everyone else. But when it comes to Haney, Spence, Wilder, for some fucking reason, y'all all are like, oh shit. They got to be held to their word exactly. Y'all hold Errol Spence and Wilder to whatever the fuck they say, but Bob Arum and Terrence Crawford get a pass. Make that shit make some sense. Like I said, man, I think honestly, especially when it comes to black fighters, a lot of black people, they like to form these rivalries because of who they can personally relate to. Like I feel like a lot of y'all can personally relate to Bud. You know, he's a regular guy, blue collar background, doesn't understand a whole lot about fucking business, but just goes with the fucking flow and talks a lot of shit. Yeah, I feel like y'all can relate to that. Whereas Spence is someone from, relatively wholesome family, blue collar background still, but he grew up decent, boxing his whole life, good with business, as far as his social life, some stuff, leaves a lot, something to be desired, but generally speaking, and y'all look at his woman and shit like that, and that's just some shit y'all can't relate to. Y'all can't relate to it. So maybe that's why. Talking about, fucking Errol Spence flipped his fry. Like, you don't see us posting pictures of Bud when he got shot. Like, nobody takes the time to do that because that's corny. That's corny and weak.
The only reason they doing that is because, like, you gotta look at it, bro. Bud is the only nigga he should be number one pound for pound. But since he hasn't fought Errol, they use that to keep him from being over Usyk and Canelo because he was undisputed before Canelo, and they did not give a fuck when he was undisputed. He got to number one pound for pound, I guess, on and off they were putting him in Lomachenko when Lomachenko already had a fucking loss to a journeyman, and it's like, why would in any fucking world he be over Bud? But they got to do it, they insist on doing it, and they erased his O on ESPN one time. I remember that shit when Bud was on TV. So yeah, and then Errol is just someone who's, you know how it is, he not no fucking coon, and he just really like, he kind of don't got no smut on his name outside of them being able to try to act like he's ducking Bud.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Errol Spence Jr. has the same exact credentials at welterweight that Triple G does against better opposition. But Errol Spence, they act like you crazy if you put him top 5 pound for pound. Meanwhile, Triple G was pound for pound number fucking 1, and he hadn't even fought Jacobs yet. So, what are y'all talking about?
Potential.
Yeah, and then the thing about Bud is, like, so I agree with you what you said about Bud. And then it's funny because we were trying to tell people while Lomachenko was coming up that Bob Arum is fucking racist, clearly. We were trying to tell Bud fans, but Bud fans went with the, oh, everybody else is ducking bullshit. And then when you ask them based off of what, they start babbling about contract nonsense that they heard from somebody. Oh, I was at a fight one time and someone whispered in my ear because back in the day, nigga, shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody talking to you. Nobody worth their fucking salt is at a fight talking to you about intimate contract details, because who the fuck are you? What
exactly.
What you gonna do besides talk shit on Twitter about, oh, I heard one time somebody else said, cause shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody talking to y'all about shit at a fight. Nobody with real juice is sitting around talking to regular ass Twitter niggas about who ducking who and who didn't sign a motherfucking contract. Some straight bullshit.
Facts.
But yeah, we was trying to tell them the moment Lomachenko started receiving more press and climbing the pound for pound list for doing like the bare fucking minimum, we tried to tell people, hey, Bob Arum is giving this motherfucker who can't even speak English a lot of press while saying Bud needs to promote himself. That's racist. What did y'all say? Spence ducking. Everybody at PBC ducking. Even though Bud has also fought PBC fighters. So, like, Joel Diaz is from PBC. So to say that the PBC got a protection stable is some stupid shit. But you know, you try to tell people, oh, Bud Spence ducking. Everybody else is ducking. And I'm just like, bro, that's why I asked these dudes. I'm like, has Bud ever acknowledged you publicly? Like, Bud himself doesn't say anybody's ducking him. So it's like, what are you getting out of this? Are you getting a reward? Are you on the fucking payroll? Like, are you getting something out of this? Like, I just don't understand. And then you try to tell them that Bob Arum is the real problem, but for some reason they'll sit there and defend Bob. I'm like, what the fuck? Bob don't even like Bud. Bob does not like or appreciate what Bud does or has done for Top Rank.
Yeah, I need to talk to me because I'm just talking about random shit and I'm just talking.
And crowd talking about we need to secede from America. No. I mean, number one, they destroy us all. But that's not what needs to be done. But anyways, thanks for having me on. I got some business to handle, so I'm gonna duck out. But y'all have a good one.
Yeah, same here. I'm gonna holler at you guys. Y'all look forward to that Devin Haney artwork I'm about to drop on some shirts real soon.
Gonna be tough.
That shit gonna be, I already know. So I'll pop out with that like towards the end of next week.
Oh, okay, sweet.
All right, shout out to you guys.
Need that one too for sure.
Just let me know. Just DM me.
Yeah, bro.
Later.
I'll let you fellas later.